Go Figure TV. Revolutionary salute. Revolutionary salute. Like, share, subscribe. Welcome to the House of Revolution. You know I'm your humble host, the of Revolution, and P. Diddy's sons. They want all the smoke, y'all. Before we get into that, be sure to wipe your feet. That means hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe, support the platform. Y'all let everybody know Core Figure Live Revolution is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we got some revolutionary breakfast for y'all this morning. Salute to my brother. We in here. Salute family. Y'all know I appreciate your support. We got to get into this, y'all, because P. Diddy's sons is pushing that line on the West Coast. I'm shocked. I'm shocked that P. Diddy's sons out on the West Coast hogging, trying to jump on Ray J. Let's find out exactly what's taking place.
Y'all come in and sit down. This whole Diddy Sons versus Ray J thing has reached a new level. And I don't think Diddy's sons were prepared for this. They used to start in fights that their father bodyguards finished. And now they have gotten the streets of Los Angeles in a kerfuffle. For those of y'all that don't know, Ray J is very plugged in. He is very well protected by a bunch of street dudes and very well beloved. Some people, he said he even got his money out in the streets. I don't know anything about that, but I do know that he is plugged in. I do know that Diddy raised his boys in La La Land. I do know that he called into Wack 100 show, right? They were saying like, yo, leave them boys alone. They hot, meaning they gonna pull people down. But also, Wack was like, no, forget that. It's up. We retaliating. On top of that, he hinted that they might actually release information about what happened in 1995.
One thing I will say, you know, Ray J is singing ass nigga. We be laughing at Ray J, but Ray J been tied in to Suge and them Death Row. Ray J been tied in them Death Row, Pyrus, and Bloods before Wack 100 was tied into him. That's how Wack got the Ray J contract from Suge and them. So if them little niggas think they just gonna be beating up on Ray J, they gonna find out they got Ray J fucked up. Ray J been, or you can say praying for protection, but showing love to that gang culture on the West Coast. And Chris Brown actually saved them little niggas' lives last night. Remember, Chris Brown tied into the Bloods too. The Fruit Town, I think it is. Chris Brown saved them little niggas' ass last night, nigga. Because if they would have jumped Ray J, one of them little niggas would have got shot. That's a fact.
With their daddy and literally put Diddy under the JAIL. Y'all, on top of that,
that's West Coast gang.
Ray J manager has come out talking. Ray J's demanding an apology. And we got the clip on Ray J's Newsweek that had the Combs boys upset and had them thinking that they literally were about that life. Y'all, let's get into this. Where we got to start?
Say niggas getting their ass took in Hollywood. They don't like
was saying.
Was taking
let's start off with Ray J's manager. Then we're going to move into the clip that got them upset because apparently they tried to step to Ray J 3 times before, okay? And then we're going to get into Ray J breaking his silence. This is not clickbait. He actually did call in. Wack 100 live streamed it. Y'all, it's about to be up. Yo, let me tell y'all something. I know a lot of people
he did not call in. Did not call in the Wack 100 live stream. That's a lie. He called Wack 100 phone personally. Wack just so happened to play it on live. Ray J told him, don't tell nobody. Ray J did not want nobody to know that he was calling Wack to put pressure on them niggas. He told Wack, don't put this out. I played the video this morning. Wack said, nah, this going out. No, Ray J didn't know if the whole world was finna find out he was trying to get the Bloods to press them little niggas.
Boys, more than anyone, just guaranteed he ain't getting out on bail. Please believe the prosecution is bringing this up. Please believe that they are suspects in his criminal organization. Please believe that at least 2 out of 3 will most likely be named in the superseding indictment. And please believe that it was Quincy, it was Justin, and it was Christian. Hazel E. Eyewitness has confirmed it, along with a bunch of other anonymous sources. Y'all, Diddy's son's got to be the stupidest, most arrogant people in the world. How you doing this? You just proved the Fed's case for why your daddy in this criminal organization needs to be shut down. Let's get into this. All right, let's start off with Ray J's manager. Then we're going to move to the clip that set this all up. It's actually a pretty funny clip. Then we go and get into Wack 100 and Ray J's live, where they are threatening to expose Diddy for what happened in 1995, and that actually might be Diddy got a body on him in 1995. They are threatening to expose it, and they have promised retaliation because these little New York, Georgia, I don't know where they're from. I'm gonna actually leave Christian out of this because Christian actually, the more I look at his stuff, he just seemed really, really young. Like really young. I think because he's sheltered, he just seemed like he's like a 15, 16-year-old. But Quincy, you're 33, you knew better. And Justin, you 3 apples high. And for the people in the comments being like, that's what Ray J get. He should have kept his mouth shut. Maybe. What y'all expecting to do? That's their daddy. They did what they supposed to do. I would say, are y'all, what is going on? What's not clicking? This ain't no high school brawl. This ain't an after work fight. Y'all realize their daddy is sitting in federal jail for sex trafficking and basically obstruction of justice, violence, threats of violence, intimidation, running a criminal conspiracy. I'm not saying it's not natural for someone to take after their daddy, take up for their daddy. I'm not saying that their feelings aren't hurt. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that even Wack 100 and his crew know y'all hot right now. The feds is watching y'all every move. Your daddy is begging to see daylight again because he's busy. He's tired of teaching the rats and roaches in jail to do the Harlem Shake and begging them to go get him a slice of cheesecake from Junior's. Why would y'all do this? You made it worse. Again, y'all moving like this is a high school fight. I'll see you after school when there is a federal grand jury open, indictment still open. Man, if you're dumb enough to do that and you like they did what they supposed to do, man, lock them up. Lock them up. Because apparently whoever's saying that also works for Diddy's legal team. Anyway, y'all, let's get into this.
You were at Tara's, Halloween party over the weekend.
Unruly?
Yeah, Unruly.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
The party of the year.
Party of the year. Now, there's a lot, of information coming out about that party. Diddy's sons, getting into a altercation with Ray J.
Nobody's gonna press Ray J.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, anyone can come and try to press Ray, but it's not gonna happen. So that was an unfortunate incident, and it was a great party that got ruined by little kids trying to fight a big boy.
Okay.
And sometimes you just can't have that happen.
So I know that you, broke up the fight with Diddy's kids and Ray J with Chris Brown. Can you tell me about that?
I mean, it just was unnecessary. Like, everybody's all family one way or another, no matter what people are dealing with in the world. Even though the Combs family's dealing with what they're dealing with, Ray deals with his life, Chris deals with his life. There's no reason for everybody to be fighting. And I mean, listen, Ray is just not a guy that you're going to go impress like that.
I know right about now, and y'all like, okay, why are they so upset with Ray J aside from other things? Y'all, we found the clip on News Nation that allegedly
Gucci
this
Man make
is
the
why
song
they
No
are
Diddy.
in
When they
a
gonna press
kerfuffle,
Gucci Man? When they
and
gonna
this
run
is
up on
what
Gucci Man?
cued them off that Ray J was 100% talking and cooperating with anything the investigators want to know and has vowed to talk and cooperate with federal investigators. Listen to this.
A lot of people out here taking from people. Not only like people are getting robbed of not only their money and their spirituality. They're getting robbed of their womanhood and manhood. Asses are being taken in ways that nobody can explain.
You can explain Ray J because you told Fabulous you was gonna put the booty goons on him. See, Ray talked too much. And Ray been around Hollywood far too long, and Ray knew it was such thing as booty goons. They'll spike your punch and take your butt. And Puffy is an OG booty goon. See, people shocked that throughout Puffy, these new lawsuits, people are saying Puffy took their butt. And people, oh man, all these people just lying. He's a booty goon. And Ray J know all about it.
Do you chuckle? Do you laugh? Do you help? Do you criticize? Because I see a lot of jokes out there right now talking about baby oil. Everybody got a joke about having baby oil and lube. Is that okay? Is that the message? That was funny, fam. Now what? I don't use baby oil. Lube sometimes in sex makes it better.
Are we gonna have to do a Dame Dash pause on this? I know this is very serious, but that's why I can't take Ray J seriously. Literally, men and women's booty, and it's true. But the way he even said it, this is what got the Combs boys in a kerfuffle. Baby oil. Do you criticize? No, you call 1-888-4HSI-TIP. Again, that's 1-888-4HSI-TIP. If you have any tips, go ahead and call. But also the fact that he was like, baby oil. I don't use baby oil. I use lube. What now? Asses are being taken. I can't with Ray J. But apparently this is what got the Combs boys in a kerfuffle and why they wanted to fight. Again, I will say this, all jokes aside, this sets a dangerous precedence. You cannot physically put your hands on people speaking out against your dad. You can't. And I say that because I'm one of the people speaking out. But aside from that, you just can't. That's not the way it works. Y'all hot right now. The feds are watching y'all. Your father is begging to get out on bail.
We can't be pressing LA gang members. We can laugh and joke at Brandy's brother. He's an LA gang member with deep ties to LA gangs. These little niggas is in trouble. That's why Wack so eager to say it's on site, because Wack know this gonna end with some money being paid to them. I can guarantee you they can already smell the bag. These little niggas finna have to shit up some money. P. Diddy better come on with that money toward them Pyrus and stuff, or these little niggas' asses getting pressed. They a walking lottery ticket. They want to play the big boy games. Well, they big boys now.
Bail. This ain't the time. It's not the place. Sorry. That's not it. Your father's being accused of diddling with a 10-year-old. Like, are y'all serious? However, okay, the one thing they didn't count on, because their dad always protected them from reality, I would think,
by the Crips all
is
over
the fact that they're now saying
like
that
96 all over again.
There's going to be a retaliation. Wack 100 said it's going to be handled. There's going to be retaliation. What's more, Wack is starting to expose.
Wack don't have a choice, nigga. Ray J paid Wack a lot of money for this shit, and Wack exposed a real conversation Ray J was having, nigga, with him about handling them niggas, and that's why that's why they did the game and Ray J pay Wack 100 for this type of shit. This is why Chris Brown pays the I think it's the Fruit Town Pyru or Treetop. That's why Soulja Boy pays Fruit Town Pyru. People laugh and joke all they fucking want. But when them little niggas get on the phone with them West Coast gang members, it's a problem if you're going to be on the West Coast.
Diddy did in 1995. And let me tell you something. Unlike the three goons, the brothers Grimm, that was acting a fool with every dummy in the world talking about what else they supposed to do. They was doing what they needed to do to protect their father. Wack 100 is not an idiot, and neither is Ray J. They gonna handle this, but their hands aren't gonna get dirty. Again, Diddy was so busy teaching them how to pick out his type of girl for freak offs. He didn't teach them the way that you actually hide your hands and throw stones. But you know what? Let's get into what Wack actually said and Ray J breaking his silence. Listen to this, then meet me after the jump.
Stop hanging with Young Buck and now I'm gonna get the squad back with him.
Ray J.
Hold on, now we're not gonna listen to Tish play it. I'm gonna play that from the whole thing from Academics, my goddamn self, so we can listen to the whole video. But as we listen to this video, I want y'all to understand. See, Wack should have never did that to Ray J, because Ray J deserved plausibility of denial. Wack just took that out that man's hand. Ray J, he ain't made no official statement. Now everybody on YouTube saying, okay, Ray J made his official statement on Wack 100 show. No, he did not. Wack 100 played Wack 100 put this man on live. Ray J told him, don't put this out. Just in case we fuck these niggas up, I want to say I didn't have no beef with them. It didn't come from me. Wack just let them know it always absolutely coming from us because Wack want them niggas to pay money or else. Wack know how this go.
They got me feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride away. Lack of information. Okay. All good. All right. Oh. Looked like from that same broadcast, Ray J called in, and Ray J said that he almost got jumped by Diddy's sons. I wonder how this went. Here we go.
Another thing, I watched the Chris Brown segment. Y'all watch that?
No, I ain't seen it yet. I ain't seen it yet.
Yo, listen, bro, I watched it 3 times. Okay, this is what I don't like about it. It's a 2-hour segment. At least 45 minutes of it is positive stuff. You know, they using Chris Brown stuff, his interviews, how he came up as a kid and all this. And then you had these chicks that come in and say, Chris Brown raped me, Chris Brown assaulted me, and they tell all these stories, then they flashing these signs, 7 out of 10 women this, or every 10 years this, or women battered women this. But after they tell all the stories, each female, at the end of it, with no voice, the letters go up and says, after thorough investigation, nothing was there, no charges was brought. So if you get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of watching it and come back and miss that, you're going to think Chris Brown did that. Chris Brown do it.
Okay. Where's the part that, oh, hold on, never mind. I skipped past it, sorry.
Ray J. No. Listen now. Nah. Everybody been calling me.
Nah, you heard what Ray J said? No. Wack trying to stop him. Ray J think he hitting Wack privately. Ray J say, nigga, I hit you 911, what we doing? He thinks this a private conversation. 911, what we doing? He's telling Wack, I'll pay you to take care of this business, nigga. This a 911, what we doing? Get these little niggas. Handle these little niggas. Wack got the nigga on live.
You know, until you call me, I feel like it's no big deal. All right? So I'm talking to the exposer homies. They talking about the Combs is trying to rush you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They tried to rush you in Miami?
Nigga, in LA, nigga.
Where?
Bro, you know I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else. And I'm like,
California,
at the club, dog.
What, dog? You didn't have Donut then with you?
I ain't have nobody with me, dog.
So how many other ones?
The police gotta watch out for Donut. He might fire shots.
I don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them at 8.
That nigga, yo, them Combs brothers told y'all to stop saying no Diddy. Yeah, y'all thought that no Diddy shit was gonna fly. Now it's over for that now. Christian Combs in the club with you talking about he gonna Harlem shake his way to slap the shit out of you for saying no Diddy. Get out of here, nigga. Now I know where this is coming from. This is coming from Ray J, Diddy. He'd been doing some interviews, and they've been asking him about Diddy. Hold on, where's the interviews at? Yeah.
Let's get into the Diddy situation. Okay? Everybody's flipping out. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody's saying nothing. I know I did the first interview on News Nation, and now I see a whole lot of interviews coming after. Are you guys waiting for somebody to like be the front runner to speak out and to say what they feel? Because I'm not scared. Are there?
You not scared? Not when Christian Combs roll up on you.
You know I'm not gonna call y'all because this could go somewhere else. And I'm like, at the club, dog.
What, dog? You didn't have Donut then with you?
I ain't have nobody with me, dog.
So how many other
shooters?
2, 3, but
I don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them at 8 and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out.
Nah, blood.
It's just going out, dog. Like, fuck them niggas down. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young. Like, it ain't like that. Like, I moved away from it. Like,
huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just, you know what I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is here.
What? Wait, what, Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But Wack, don't put this shit up online. Bro.
Nah, it's this out fuck.
Don't put this online. It's already online. Wack, you learning, bro?
Wack wrong in motherfucker for that, man.
Them niggas.
Nah, but still, don't.
It's going up. It's already online. It's online that the niggas tried to rush you.
Ray J called you, nigga, to go fuck them niggas up. Go press them. Go let them know what that West Coast like. Not to be on YouTube letting everybody know what he's doing. That's serious business, man. P. Diddy, his goons better, oh, nigga, you call Wack for my sons? That's for real. Now, any of the goons P. Diddy got, they got to be pissed like, oh, bitch, you call Wack for P. Diddy's sons. Wack wrong for putting his eye. Wack po just reacted, nigga.
And you ain't told me shit. It's everywhere, nigga. It's everywhere that the niggas tried to rush you. They didn't say they put their hands on you. I just said the little homie gonna squabble up. I thought it was just one. Now you telling me them and 8 niggas, so it's on.
Yeah, but it don't need to be like that.
Nah, that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. All right, so I'm gonna call you when I get back tomorrow. I'm gonna pull up on you. All right. They tried to get the little homie.
Yeah, but Wack, they hot as fire grease right now. Leave those niggas alone.
Man, I don't give a fuck how hot they is.
They hot.
Damn. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Chris Brown, nah, that nigga better than me. This is time. Hey, listen, them niggas fighting mad lawsuits. It's time to sue. Yo, I'm suing. God damn it. Diddy's sons forming like Voltron to whip niggas' asses. Holy shit.
They hot.
Nigga, we run into you, nigga. When we run into you, act like it's 1995.
Yeah. They hot though.
Now this nigga, we run into you, act like it's 95. You wasn't a part of that 95 crew, nigga. Now he want to be Death Row again. Now he want to be Big Suge. You wasn't pressing that line, nigga. You want to hang out with all the enemies of Suge and the Death Row niggas. Now that P. Diddy sons out there pressing that bad boy line, pressing Ray J, now you want to conjure up the spirits of Suge Knight. Yeah, nigga act like it's 9-5. What the fuck was you doing? You wasn't Buntry them. You wasn't Heron. You wasn't none of them niggas. Poochie. Where the hell was you at? We didn't see you.
Damn. Christian Combs like that?
I ain't got nobody really, dog.
So how many of them was it? 2, 3? What?
I don't know, like 8.
Oh, so it was them and 8, and they tried to rush you for real.
Yeah, but don't put this up, blood.
Nah, it's going out.
Nah, blood.
It's just going out, dog. Like, fuck them niggas down. So my question to you is, can I put the other stuff out that we've been knowing about?
Nah, they too young. Like, it's like that. Like, I moved away from it. Like,
huh?
I tried to talk some sense into like what happened, but I just, you know what I'm saying, luckily the homie Chris is here.
What Chris?
Chris Brown, bro. But Wack, don't put this shit up online. Bro.
Nah, it's this out. Fuck them niggas.
Nah, but still, don't.
It's going up. It's already online. It's online that the niggas tried to rush you, and you ain't told me shit.
Okay, here's the
everywhere, nigga.
Here's the TMZ article. I guess it was up. So TMZ ran this article. Diddy's sons attempted to fight Ray J. Diddy's sons were ready to get in an all-out fist fight with Ray J at a recent Halloween party, but put their plans on pause because of an unexpected hero. Sources tell TMZ the Rap 3 moguls' sons, Christian, Quincy, and Justin, got into a heated face-off with Ray J outside of influencer Tara Electric unruly agency Halloween bash in Los Angeles over the weekend. And we're told when the party wrapped up, Ray J made his way to the parking lot with his crew, Amber Rose, and manager, but was confronted by Diddy's 3 sons. Nigga, I imagine they confronted that nigga like it was the 3 Migos, nigga. The 3 Migos confront Joe Budden. Migos versus nigga. I imagine they stood up like this. Yo, which one? Yo, Which one is Quavo? Which one out of Diddy's sons is Quavo? Gotta be Christian, right? Which one's Quavo? Imagine they look. I mean,
that's one thing I like.
Look, they pulled up on some shit like this.
Have a good show.
That's Christian, that's Quincy, and that's Justin. What's up? What's up? What's up? Roll up the cufflinks. What's up? What's up? What's up? Damn. Amber Rose and manager David Weintraub. Why does that name sound familiar? Who's David Weintraub? Let me Google that name. David Weintraub. Who's your manager of? That name sound familiar. Manager of, who is he? Well, maybe he's manager of nobody. He don't got the name in the thingy. Usually you would see the artist name in that thing. Okay, anyway. Sources say siblings surrounded the singer. Oh, shit. As they were upset about some public comments Ray J made about Bad Boy Records. We're told things got heated within the group, with each other getting each other's faces, chest bumping. Bump, bump, bump. Okay. Sources claim both Justin and Christian made it clear. Let's fight. Oh, shit. These niggas want to squabble. Told you about Say No Diddy, nigga. Yo, I didn't even think Christian was like that. Now they wanted to squab. Oh, shit. Incident didn't escalate further. However, Chris Brown, who witnessed everything going on from his car, rushed out. Yo, I don't know why I think this is some Power Ranger shit. Chris Brown pulls his shit down. He wearing glasses. He looks down and he sees that Ray J about to get jumped. Hops out the car and does 5 consecutive backflips till he gets there. Looking like Speed. I show Speed, nigga. Comes in and be like, stop. Stay there, Ray J. Christian, Justin, Quincy, hold on. I want to take you down. I don't know what the fuck is going on. A bunch of art. Yo, what the fuck? Chris Brown. Yo, Ray J, Chris Brown, Christian Combs, and Justin. Oh, this is great. This is great. Now we know Chris Brown's an R&B singer, but Chris Brown's a tough gangster. He's a real nigga. We don't know that. But I just imagine that nigga just coming in like gyrating and shit. Hold up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All that shit he been doing on stage. You ever see one of Chris Brown's concert? They got this nigga on a Wheel of Fortune shit. He just spinning, nigga, and grinding his waist. And all the girls are like, oh my God, I'm wet. It's just crazy. So I imagine Chris Brown hit 5 consecutive backflips coming this bitch. You know what I mean? Just stop it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Go ahead, though. It wasn't the first time they confronted Ray J. Damn. We're told the kids approached him several times prior. We're told Christian, Quincy, and Justin try to fight Ray J on 3 different occasions. Yo, Ray J, you got to catch his fade, bro. Yo, if you these 3 niggas, are you doing a 1v1 versus Ray J? Or are you just going to like, yo, you got to fight all 3 of us at the same time? Nah, shout out to these niggas riding hard for their daddy, though. Sources say Ray J considers Diddy and his children family, so refuse to let himself get punked by little kid. Nah, this is too funny. Yo, nah, this is too funny. Nah, wait. Yo, I seen Amber Rose post some shit. Looked like she was there, Amber Rose. Nah, this is comedy. This is jokes. Check this out. Look at this, chat. This was Ray J last night. Oh, man. Remember Ray J been trying to catch a fade with Lemmy? He ain't want to catch no fade with no goddamn Christian Combs, though. Not with the Fantastic 3. You know what I mean? Not with the Freak Off 3. Nah, let me stop before they try to catch me, right? Like, yo, you got to fight all 3 of us. Mighty Morphin. Now, let me stop playing before they get my ass. Oh, shit. This is last night.
It's a really important poem for your roses are red. Kamala has a laugh.
Okay, nobody say. So this is part of it, okay. All right, this is old. Is there another reel? I had seen one where Ray J was dancing on her type shit. And I mean, hold on, let me see. Ray J, Amber Rose. Ray J, Amber Rose. Let's see what's cracking with this shit. Nah, I seen Ray J on that booty though. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, where's the video? I can't find it. I seen it on my gram today. For real, for real. Whatever. Maybe it's on Ray J page. Let's go on Ray J page. Let's see if Ray J posted nothing. Oh, yeah, he did.
Welcome to the freak show.
Okay. Bumbleclad. Ray J mounting that shit. I see you, my boy. Go ahead. I play this shit. Okay. Who the heck is this? All right. Okay. All right. I gotta see Christian Combs' outfit. King Combs. I gotta see what he was wearing. What were they wearing at the Halloween party? I gotta see it, bro. Does anybody have the picture of Christian Combs at the Halloween party? Let's go to Justin Combs. King. Is it not King Combs? It's Prince MDC. Prince. Right? The Prince MDC or something like that? Something like this. No. Justin Combs Instagram. I don't be knowing, bro. Oh, yeah. Prince JDC. Okay, here we go. I want to see the outfit. No, did I say that? Is this it? Saying that. Oh, he ain't posting a long time. Okay, he ain't been posting. What about Quincy? Quincy, what was you on, brother? I gotta see the outfit, man. You know Diddy is the master of the Halloween outfits. Nah, they ain't got shit going on. What about the story? Y'all posted a story? Nah, these things ain't posting to the story. Damn, somebody gotta. Let me take it off the screen for a second. Let me look at tagged. Somebody tagged him in a picture from last night? Wait, none of y'all got pictures of these guys? Okay. No, let me look at Christian King Combs. Where is it at? No, we can't find it. Can't find it, chat. No. All right, whatever. Anyway, did y'all see Chris Combs? Is it Chris Combs? No. I'm expecting their outfit to be crazy. They love Halloween. You ever seen Diddy Halloween? Remember when Diddy like this? I remember looking back then. I'm like, Diddy be wilding. He not like that. Now I realize Diddy like that.
Pussy. Yeah. You, nigga. Yeah, him.
What's going on? It's InstaSnap TV with another exclusive. We don't know for sure. Piers Michael was character funny. Diddy.
What in the AI is this? I want the full video. Look at this. Hey. This outfit is fire. I think this is Christian right here. Is this Justin? Yeah. Hair with the hair. Okay, see you, boys. Yeah, this nigga look like he flexible. Pause. Like he'll beat your ass. This nigga look like he might hit you with a drop kick on some Rey Mysterio 619 shit, nigga. Imagine getting your ass beat by the Combs brother. Nigga like Harlem shaking, slapping you. This nigga spinning on his head like a fucking gig like Booker T, then hit you with some Rey Mysterio shit. Another nigga like, you know, what's the other nigga named light skin, light bright nigga? Quincy, he looking at you with the people's eyebrow, hey, you know, slapping you and shit like that. Nah, this might be a problem. Look at this shit. Oh. All right, let the last brother get some shine, nigga. Oh, shit. Here you go. Here you go. Okay. I see what's cracking. Yeah, the ass whooping will be epic from these three. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I could fuck around and find out. Thinking that these niggas soft. Hell nah, nigga. Nigga, getting your ass beat by three brothers is like bonding time for them. You know what I mean? Freak offs and ass whippings. Freak off. Yo, one thing you can't say nothing about a Diddy family. They do a lot of family bonding. Freak offs and ass whippings, my nigga. They bond. Yo, let's do this freak off on a yacht and let's beat this one nigga's ass right here. God damn. But yeah, I remember Diddy was tweaking out. I remember, let's see if we can find it. The full video right here.
He's pussy. Yeah. You, nigga. Yeah, him. Just like I said. Yeah.
You're a clown. What's up, baby? What's up, baby? What's up? You don't like me? Then motherfucking get to it, nigga. If you don't like me, you motherfucking front, get to it, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Don't fucking play with me on Halloween. I'm out here with love, nigga. You want to have love? It's what up, then, nigga. What's up? Fucking come over here and I'll bust your shit.
Nah, hey, keep it pimping.
Fucking pussy, make sure you don't never talk to me like that, nigga. I'm love, nigga.
Keep it macking, man. Don't even let him get you out there, man.
Keep that shit macking. What's up? Man, you got a problem?
Keep that shit macking, man.
You really taking over my energy?
He want to hurt you.
So what did I do to you?
Don't do it for this crowd.
You know who I am?
I'm love, but I'll beat your ass.
Do you know who I am?
Bro, for what?
Bro, you know who I am?
So love, bro. So love, bro. Yo, bro. So love.
It's tough. Come here, give me a hug, though. You lucky, though, nigga. You lucky. No, I'm really
lucky.
About that. But I love you.
What you trying to stand on? Is yo, I'm about that too.
Together, we stronger together.
Bro, gonna take that nigga butt. That nigga better be careful. He fucking with OG Booty Goon.
Yeah, Diddy was gonna have his security guards beat your ass, nigga.
You ever talk about guards help Buffy take butt, nigga? We got the court documents.
Yeah, Diddy was playing this part. Back.
I don't think that you heard me.
That's just foreplay for a pervert like you.
Smell like Kim Kardashian.
That psychopath, my man. That's really this lunatic. People thought it was a gang.
It's the word about the club love. Club love. Yes. You can't talk dusty. You understand?
Interesting. Did that nigga ever talk about it?
That money allowed that man to be who he really wanted to be and who he became, a goddamn insane monster.
Interesting. Yeah, that nigga probably just, I think that nigga, I don't even know, is that nigga still alive? I think that nigga probably just disappeared. Michael J. Ferguson. Diddy was going to beat the brakes off of that nigga. Oh, he has a podcast? The Crew Has It? That's the name of the podcast?
When you hit the nigga with, you know who I am, nigga trying to scare the nigga. Nigga don't give a damn about all that.
He never talked about Diddy? The Crew Has It. Oh, he knew not to talk about Diddy. Yeah, Diddy a real nigga, man. Diddy's a real nigga. Fuck that. Okay. All right, man. Yo, Ray J, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. They say Ray J's a blood. I don't know. Ray J, you get your ass beat by the three musketeers, the three Sirocketeers, you're done. You're done. Okay. Somehow, if you a blood, you got to muster up enough energy to fight all three. I'm sorry. Okay. This is like one of these bad episodes of wrestling. Be like, for that. It's like, you know, Vince McMahon be like, for that. Tonight, Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker. Yo, Ray J, if you lose to these three niggas tonight, you in the cell with Diddy for a freak off. Yep, exactly. Let me leave this alone for them three niggas. Yo, I can't believe they're doing family jump-ins. This is great. The family jump-ins is hilarious.
That little bitch ass nigga walk around here with them 8 feet tall bodyguards trying to check niggas. Them bodyguards still on the payroll. They gonna find it out real quick. Nigga, they don't get away with that shit. Wack can smell a good extortion. He love a good extortion. They want to play gang members. They can get their chance now. All right. Let's look into it. See, I got to look into these new Diddy allegations, y'all. We haven't looked into this, disgusting pervert. We haven't looked into these latest allegations. But this is why the little nigga's so pissed, because it's all coming out now.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. I got to say it always at the top. These are allegations. These are lawsuits coming in, civil suits from Tony Busby. He has said there are over 120, several of which include minors. Well, we just received 2 more, one from a 17-year-old and one from a 10-year-old. We're going to call this one the awful one, guys. Hopefully you'll be able to read between the lines.
I've seen people online talk, I just can't believe this. Whatever. 10 years old. Can't put nothing past these perverts. 10 years old.
Understand that I'm going to try my best to explain, but this one was even hard for me to read. If this one's true, I mean, I don't even know where to begin of where this man needs to be punished. It's not on this realm. It is just unfathomable for me to go through these suits. They're incredibly difficult to read, but I'm going to try to give you a summary of each. We will go into more detail along with other news tomorrow during our live, so make sure you subscribe for that. But let's get to these two, because the first one comes in from the 17-year-old who alleges to be part of the Making the Band reality show that aired in 2000 to 2009. Following, competitive musical groups, aspiring singers competing for a spot in a new music group. Ultimate goal is to get signed a record deal and achieve fame. You guys all, I'm sure, remember that if you've been following the Diddy case. In around 2008, 17-year-old participated in a 3-day audition for Making the Band, having seen the opportunity online through newspaper advertisements. During this process, the plaintiff advanced to a stage where contestants met individually in private rooms with Combs and his bodyguard. The first day of the audition, during a 101, Combs asked plaintiff hypothetical questions about how to handle pressure. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Combs described these scenarios. He began to essay plaintiff. I don't even know how to read this, guys. Over the clothes, under the clothes, all types of things, touching areas he's not supposed to touch, touching parts he's not supposed to touch. While he did this, he engrossed in continued self-explicitness. Throughout this encounter, Combs emphasized the power to control his future in the music industry, saying he had the ability to make or break plaintiff's career. The second day, plaintiff went through a longer interview process. During this interview, Combs instructed the plaintiff to explaining that he needed to demonstrate some ability to should be a sex symbol, which was purportedly required for the band's image. This encounter eventually escalated to Combs making the plaintiff perform for himself, and then Combs having his way. Combs continued to reiterate the power to control plaintiff's future in the music industry. The third day introduced his bodyguard, one, into the advances. Combs then framed this as a test, his willingness to do anything necessary to succeed in the music industry. T is the bodyguard. T requested a specific type of performance from the plaintiff on himself. While he complied due to the force, Combs essayed him again, doing more of the same things while also involving the bodyguard. Plaintiff's facial expressions during the ordeal showed his discomfort, hesitation, prompting Combs to express dissatisfaction. Combs stated that plaintiff's demeanor suggested intent to report the incidents. As a result, Combs said he would be keeping an eye on plaintiff. Ultimately, this led to plaintiff's elimination from the competition. Combs claimed the plaintiff was untrustworthy due to his reservations about performing these acts on the bodyguard. As a result of these incidents during the audition process, plaintiff's reactions to them, plaintiff was excluded from further opportunities in the competition and was unable to return to the music industry for 7 years. He continues to deal with mental, emotional anguish from these essays. That's one. And look, it's just like, again, these are all accusations. I just got to say that, guys. Many of you are just going to immediately believe it. I got to wait for due process. Otherwise, I'd be a hypocrite. But it's hard to not accept some of these because, again, of things we've heard for ages. I think about Aubrey O'Day, who talks about her experiences and the things that she had to hide all these years. She's one of the first people out there who really called it out. So again, that makes the second one here even more disturbing. This one comes in that age. The tough one, the really awful one. As we go in through these details, I don't even think I can put them on screen, guys. Because again, as this headline sort of shows you, it's not just the essay, it's the providing him something so he isn't aware. And the details are just horrific. It's horrific. In 2005, plaintiff, so 20 years ago, plaintiff was 10 years old, interested in becoming an actor and a rapper. Plaintiff lived in Los Angeles and used his proximity to the entertainment industry to secure several acting roles and part in a music video. To help their son's burgeoning career, plaintiff's parents found and hired industry consultant through an internet ad. Consultant recommended that the family visit New York to meet with people in the industry. Plaintiff and his parents flew to New York on around summer of 2005 and stayed in a hotel across from Madison Square Garden. When in New York, plaintiff and his parents met with numerous people within the music industry. Plaintiff participated in photo shoots. During this trip, plaintiff arranged a meeting with Combs for an audition. Combs indicated he wanted to meet with plaintiff alone first prior to meeting the family. The consultant, without plaintiff's parents, took plaintiff to the purported audition at a hotel in the same general vicinity as plaintiff's hotel. The consultant brought plaintiff to Combs' room, but left him with Combs and told plaintiff that she would be back later. Plaintiff recalls other people in the room or area, but did not know who any of the people were. Plaintiff performed several rap songs for Combs. Combs complimented the rapping and told plaintiff he could make him a star. Combs asked plaintiff how badly he wanted to be a star, and plaintiff said he would do anything. At this point, the other people present gave plaintiff a soda, which he drank. After drinking it, he felt a little funny. Initially thought it was because he was so happy. Based on the information of belief, Combs and himself, through agents, put something in there. As we've seen in previous cases. Again, this creates that same pattern. Now, again, these are patterns of allegations. I got to say that legally, but I think most of you are starting to see these photos and these lawsuits and think, well, there is a pattern here that's not too hard to believe. Now, this has happened to many unsuspecting victims, according to the plaintiff, the other cases, and so plaintiff was one such victim. So after the soda, he began feeling the effects. He abruptly pushed plaintiff down and said words to, "You have to do some stuff you don't want to do sometimes." And then once that happened, guys, I don't even know what I can read here. It's really gross, awful, the worst thing you can think of to this boy. Yeah, I don't even want to read it again, but an essay is what I'm going to tell you. While, out of it from the soda. Around this time, whether there was panic from it circulating in the system or whatever it was, plaintiff lost consciousness. When he woke up, he was crying immediately, with parts already around and hurt. Combs was still present. Plaintiff wanted to see his mom and dad. Combs replied if he told anybody about what happened, he would not be nice to plaintiff's mom and dad. When the consultant came back to get him, she noticed the plaintiff was badly shaken and asked him what was wrong. Plaintiff told her only that he wanted to go back to his mom and dad. Upon the return, his parents immediately noticed he was lethargic and acting differently. Although plaintiff ultimately told his parents what happened, plaintiff and his parents were terrified of the potential consequences of reporting the incident. Plaintiff experienced significant impact from this essay at such an early, age and phase. Plaintiff suffers and continues to from severe depression, anxiety, as you can imagine, leaves him hopeless and fatigued. Situations that remind him of the incident, strong panic. He's been homeschooled because of these behavioral issues that affected relationships. Many of these issues ongoing. His battles, fears, and night terrors regularly. In short, plaintiff was deprived of a normal childhood and is unable to interact with others or live a normal life in general due to this encounter with Combs. Look, if true, it's horrific. I say if true just because everybody deserves an attempt to fight for their truth, and a court of law. Due process is important for all of us. But I imagine, a lot of you aren't just going to accept that this can't be true, given everything we've seen about Diddy. And this pattern that's emerging is incredibly, incredibly depressing. And it's just hard. And this one, again, if this is accurate, and if there's proof to prove this man deserves a special place in, where I'm going to say. I got to be careful how the things I say. As you can imagine, I'm trying my best to give these reports, and it's just frustrating. We can't, because it's important you understand how serious this one is. Now, again,
don't want to believe
we need to see the proof. We need to see this, how this case goes by. We need to see if there's witnesses, etc. All that's going to come into play. But there's now many, and Busby, this lawyer, is putting it out there. It's just hard to imagine someone would lie about this to this extent, but people have. We got to hear it out. We will see what happens. But either way, this is just a disturbing read.
Serious shit, pervert shit goes on in our community all the goddamn time. Perverted motherfuckers in the black community all the time, man. And some people just can't wrap their head around it. Like, nah, man, Diddy wouldn't. Man, why would Diddy do that, man? I was trying to rationalize shit. Because you might not be a pervert your goddamn self. You just can't understand.
The sick list of Diddy's alleged requirements for girls at his freak off has been revealed. Also, party guests claim to have seen what? We're going to break it all down. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. We are live. I'm with It's Kim, and we're all feeling just the intensity of these cases. It's election season, a week away. I think we're all feeling... but we gotta move forward. Let's stay positive, laughing. Kim, right? Yep. We're gonna stay supportive. Again, though, warning, more intense, disturbing things coming in from Diddygate. And now a new list of alleged requirements for the girls at his parties has been revealed, including the important question they were never asked. All right, here we go. All these wild parties. Look, apparently there was a scale to ensure that no female guest weighed more than 140 pounds. So if you were 141, you're safe. You go to the safe zone. I mean, that is depressing, Kim. I got to be honest. You're marked safe if you were a little heavier. And that's not even heavy. You're a 141, which is a very normal weight. You would have been able to leave these freak off parties, allegedly. At Diddy's decree, he would say we would do a weigh-in if necessary, said the organizer who worked for Diddy, and asked to remain anonymous. The girls had to be young and hot, so I always had a scale nearby in case I needed to make sure. The number was 140 pounds, but if a girl was really tall, there was a little bit of discretion involved. My God. So, all right, you've got a big butt and you're tall, so I'll allow that you're 145. My God, this is sick, Kim.
This is gross. This is absolutely gross. And all of it is gross. All of it is gross. And I just can't imagine being a party planner and being like, yeah, I'm going to keep a scale here. And this is going to be part of my, that's messed up. It's messed up.
Right. This party planner to me is the complicit. It's just nasty.
I mean, I'm glad that she's speaking. He or she is speaking. She is speaking out. She's saying what she saw because it's all relevant and I understand it, but just, ew, sorry.
Well, it was not just that, Kim. At Diddy's decree, no flab, no cellulite, no overly pierced or tattooed, no short hair, and the girls had to be young and hot. So very specific. Even the dress code was strict. No pants, no jeans, no flat shoes. Every girl had to wear a party dress, preferably very short, just enough to cover her butt cheeks, but no longer than mid-thigh, cleavage showing, and every single one of them had to be wearing stilettos. I bet you they needed some white nail polish too, Kim, but I digress.
I want to see what the list was for the men.
For real. Ooh. That one, there was no exception. High stilettos. We really was all about that. One thing organizers never asked the source was the girl's age. Let that sink in for a minute. A rule at the party, don't ask how old they are. I assume so they can play dumb. We didn't know, officer, that they were of that age. This is literally the most important requirement. That's weird because I've heard of Hollywood parties. I don't want to throw them under the bus, but some of these Hollywood types, directors who are out there accused of things. One big name Hollywood director. And I knew somebody who was sort of friendly with his people. And he would like guys to come to his party. But what's fascinating is I learned, regardless of what right or wrong, there was a guy at the door who was checking ID because they knew we cannot risk this. Like at some of these Hollywood parties, even as debaucherous as it gets, like that was at some of these parties, I'm told, was like the one rule to ensure, like, all right, let's make sure we don't do anything illegal in there. And his party literally was the opposite. Don't ask. It was a don't ask, don't tell all the time. At the time, I was really young myself, and I honestly thought that we weren't asking their age because of drinking laws, the source said. I never stayed around for the freak-offs and had no idea that the girls were expected to have X with people. Okay, sure, lady. Second source, a petite dancer who performed at Combs' 2005 after party told the Post that she was paid $250 to dance at the mainstream event, but was told there was an extra $1,000 if she went to Diddy's house later for more dancing. So fascinating. If anybody was wondering, well, what was the rate to go have this crazy debaucherous time? There it is, about $1,200. It felt shady, noting that she was just 20 at the time, so I didn't go, but other girls did, and then really wouldn't talk about what happened there because I'm sure they were signed massive NDAs, threats, etc. Post has viewed more than 24 videos of parties, which appeared to be footage of Diddy's freak-offs that were tied to mainstream events such as the VMAs, the Super Bowl. In these videos, women who fit the description can be seen having interactions with men, as Combs seemingly watched in the background. In one video, Diddy himself took part in the action, holding a camera. We talked about this in a latter episode. Alleged behaviors are consistent with similar allegations made earlier this month, which we know, again, and of certain ages, which you can read there, that are not okay, not legal. Tony Busby just revealed more, including one who was 9. We had the one who was 10. It's 10. Crazy. I think it is. I didn't know there's a 10. Combs has repeatedly denied his wrongdoing. We always have to sort of reiterate that because he is allowed his due process. But his attorneys denied all this in court. The truth will prevail. Mr. Combs has never essayed anyone, adult or minor, man or woman. Sure. Okay. Sure. Whatever you want to put himself, Diddy. But yeah, these were arranged, directed, and often electronically recorded. The documents allege, as we know. So this is no joke. So there's the list, Kim. There's the list. On top of that, we have party guests now claiming there were cameras in the bedrooms of these parties. Now, this comes from Precious Muir, who's opened up about her experience attending one of these infamous parties and seeing the cameras in the bedroom. That's what I was always wondering, like, were they hidden? Were they seen so everyone could see? Well, there's cameras there, but did they know they were on? A guest at the infamous parties claims to have seen these cameras in the bedrooms. She worked as a model in New York during her early 20s, attended the notorious parties. She also worked as a bunny, attended hosts involving Hugh Hefner. In the exclusive interview with The Mirror, she claimed there were similarities to both Diddy's parties and the Playboy parties. She alleged to have seen cameras placed in the bedrooms of both properties. That's interesting. There's been always talk about that Playboy parties, but I wonder if that'll be the next sort of thing that gets even more exposed. I know a property of this value of the mansion, the Bunny Mansion, we'll call it, Diddy's mansion, the Hamptons. They're extremely extravagant, worth millions. So you'd expect security cameras in certain parts because you want to make sure your stuff's safe, your property, nothing's gone missing. But in the bedrooms, why are there cameras in the bedrooms? I have no idea. Now, Diddy's representatives deny this claim. Man, there must be a full-time job of somebody who's out there denying every claim.
Yeah, it's just somebody going like, no.
You know, usually don't even respond to some of these like Jay-Z and Beyonce, but now they're always no. But yeah, Crystal Hefner talked about some of this, little spy holes at the foot of the bed. I used to do a lot of filming, VHS. I had hours of videos, hundreds of tapes, according to Crystal's memoir. Hugh told her he had videos of wild parties and celebrities and politicians. So it sounds like Hugh was the original Diddy, according to Crystal.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, thank you.
Some of the things, maybe not all of them. I don't, he can't defend himself, right? But yeah, so there's definitely some stuff going on there.
I wouldn't be surprised given all this. I mean, it seems like Diddy was almost trying to be Hugh Hefner in a way, because that's a Hugh Hefner didn't hide it. And it was a little bit more expected given the material inside the magazine, Kim, right? So I think people sort of didn't really bat a blind eye to it. But doesn't make it right. But to hear all these specifics now coming in, all these disgusting little more details, pretty troubling. No, what are your thoughts?
I think it is troubling. I will say to the model who gave this interview to Mirror, she's also a broadcaster. And I was looking a little bit at her social medias today, and she really has come forward and spoken out about a lot of things that she saw. and has been very brave with the things that she has discussed. And I think what we're seeing right now is people feel safer to come forward and to talk about things that I think maybe even 6 months ago they would have been terrified to say publicly because they wouldn't think people would believe them. But we're in this place now where people are listening. We are giving people the benefit of the doubt. We want to hear them out. We want to see the evidence. And I think that that's a step in the right direction at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not surprised by these details. Nothing's really surprising me anymore, given all that we're learning. It's just depressing, and it's getting harder and harder to react to some of these cases. In fact, we are going to go through more of these cases as we're live, which we are right now. If you missed the live, you can become a member, hit that join. We also have Uncensored this Friday, every Friday. If you missed the last two, you missed out on some fun. We get it to go a little deeper. Kim and I get to talk without the worries of the keyword algorithm problems here on this platform. So if you haven't already, consider hitting that join button here or on our Patreon, whether you're watching live right now, which we still got a lot of show for. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on the replay,
can you describe the conditions of right now?
So the food is inedible from what I've been told. It's way too hot in the summer. Sometimes there's no heat at all in the winter. The toilet water has been known to freeze. It's violent. Someone like Mr. Combs, might be a target for certain things.
The Metropolitan Detention Center that is currently housing indicted rapper Sean Diddy Combs is now under federal investigation. Why this might be happening and could it have anything to do with Sean Combs? We'll talk about it. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. So in the spotlight right now is not Sean Combs. No, he's in the spotlight. That's probably incorrect. He's in the spotlight. I would say what we're really going to focus in is not just Sean Combs, but also the jail that he's locked up in while he awaits trial. We want to talk about the Metropolitan Detention Center, to be exact. You see, it's being reported that investigators from the Bureau of Prisons, the DOJ's Inspector General's office, and other agencies have launched a, quote, interagency operation at the MDC. Why? What are they looking into? Why now? Right? Especially now that Sean Combs is being detained there. And that part's not entirely clear, right? We don't really know whether it has anything to do with Sean Combs or other specific inmates or detainees. What I will say is that there was this joint statement that was released, and it says that this operation was, quote, designed to achieve our shared goal of maintaining a safe environment for both our employees and the incarcerated individuals housed at MDC Brooklyn. Now, the Bureau of Prisons has said that this operation was already planned and that there's, quote, no active threat. And they also said that they wouldn't reveal too much information at this point. Quote, in an effort to maintain the safety and security of all personnel inside the facility and the integrity of this operation. That's why they're not going to reveal more information. Now, I will say, reporting indicates that perhaps authorities may be doing a surprise widespread search of contraband at the facility, although we can't confirm if that's the exact reason. But there are a few things to note here when we talk about the MDC. The MDC, which houses approximately 1,200 people, mostly those who are arrested and those who are awaiting trial, as well as those serving short sentences, this is a facility that has been plagued with issues: violence, deplorable conditions, not enough manpower, drug smuggling. In fact, earlier this year, New York Representative Dan Goldman stated he would file a formal request for an investigation into the MDC. He released a statement saying, quote, over the last 2 years, there have been steady reports of deteriorating conditions at MDC harming inmates and correctional officers alike, including chronic understaffing, perpetual solitary confinement, and widespread violence. And then he said how a federal judge earlier this year cited the prison system's dreadful conditions as a reason not to remand a defendant to MDC. He said, quote, earlier this year, I toured MDC with the warden and executives from the Bureau of Prisons, all of whom acknowledged the improvements needed at the facility. Unfortunately, conditions have only gotten worse. And Representative Goldman also cited the death of at least 4 inmates in the period of 7 months, and even highlighted the death of Edwin Corradero, who was a 36-year-old inmate who died in a fight at the MDC. The feds actually ended up charging multiple inmates last month in connection with a series of attacks at this federal lockup, including one incident of a stabbing with an ice pick and also an attack on a corrections officer. By the way, speaking corrections officers, we have another former CO who actually pled guilty to smuggling cell phone chargers into the MDC. And by the way, recently, another inmate was charged in a murder plot to kill a rival on the outside. But in the end, all that happened was an innocent bystander was shot, a 28-year-old woman outside of a nightclub. Apparently, the inmate used a contraband cell phone to plan this failed attack. In terms of the conditions, give you another update. Inmates, they won a $10 million settlement over freezing during a blackout that lasted over a week back in 2019. So you're getting a sense of what's happening at the MDC, right? By the way, as you can see, we're trying to bring you every major update in the Sean Combs saga. And I got to call out our sponsors because they help make shows like this happen. And in particular, let me tell you about our incredible partner, Morgan & Morgan. If you should get hurt, LC Sidebar. Now, when it comes to Sean Combs, who has been denied bail twice so far, even though he's actively fighting it, we believe, based on reporting, that he's being housed in the MDC's special housing unit, which our understanding mostly consists of him sitting in his cell for 23 hours a day. This is due to safety concerns. In fact, here's his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, describing the conditions of the MDC.
Can you describe the conditions of the detention right now, please?
So it is, the food is inedible, from what I've been told. It's way too hot in the summer. Sometimes there's no heat at all in the winter. The toilet water has been known to freeze. It's violent. Someone like Mr. Combs, might be a target for certain things.
Okay, so what's going on here? How could this affect Sean Combs? Does this investigation have anything to do with the high-profile nature of Sean Combs' case? Well, let me bring in prison consultant Justin Paperny to talk a little bit more about this. Justin, so good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Before we even get into this latest development about what this investigation could be, what do you know about the MDC?
I know for quite some time they've needed long-term change there. Safety issues around the prison, the contraband. There is a problem at the top with leadership. When you're in high metropolitan areas, it's tough to get people to want to work there. There's high turnover. So this leadership failure is putting prisoners in jeopardy. There's very little accountability. I will tell you, when you hear interagency operation, that tells me this is very, very serious. They've had enough. I think Diddy being in prison at this time, I think it just aligns with him that's been going on for quite some time. I will say I think it's concerning that they're not going to share details of the investigation until it's complete. The biggest problem is the lack of transparency and accountability. And until that changes, it's going to be more of the same, more prisoners getting hurt, more safety issues, more settlements that taxpayers fund. The Bureau of Prisons needs more accountability. And until that happens, we're just going to continue to have these calls in the weeks, months, and years to come.
Well, the other way of looking at that is they want to be sensitive. They don't want to release too much information during the course of this investigation that could jeopardize whatever they're looking into. So imagine, for example, they really are doing a widespread sweep of contraband. I mentioned some of the incidents that are happening. If they, make that announcement or they kind of give more details, perhaps people could get rid of the evidence. Someone could help them. And you tell me if I'm looking at it the wrong way.
Sure. I think prudent transparency would be a good phrase, right? I know they're doing investigations. They might not want to divulge everything finding, but they could be updating stakeholders along the way. People are concerned about people are in prison. Their loved ones are concerned for them. They want to see some progress and growth. So I'm not suggesting they share everything that could threaten the security of the institution, which is really what any prison cares most about: security of the institution, keeping costs down. But if they care about keeping costs down, they're making decisions that only increase costs. So they should share some information prudently to at least appease people who have an interest in overseeing this process.
What do you think is going on here? Why do you think this investigation is about? Do you think it's about looking for contraband or something else?
I think certainly it's looking for contraband. They know when you have myriad agencies looking into this, there is a problem. And it's getting to a point where people have said, enough. There's got to be effective leadership at the top. It needs to trickle down to staff. They may have to pay correctional officers more money. It's tough to get people to work in these communities, as I have said. So they're at a point where they have said this is a national embarrassment. It's something that both Democrats and Republicans agree on, which is pretty damn uncommon in this environment. So they're at a point where they say we want transparency, we want long-term change, we want accountability for staff, which is something that's been lacking over a sustained period of time. So I think they view this as an opportunity, but they tend to lack transparency in the process. I would argue the more they give, the more trust they're actually going to receive. And if they acknowledge failings along the way, people are then going to say they're beginning to get it. They're not hiding, they're sharing. Only then can you have improvement. But it's difficult for anyone, including a massive bureaucratic agency, to say, we've made mistakes. Here's how we're going to do better. There tends to be too much blaming and excusing, not enough accountability.
And to give you an idea of that, I mean, the Bureau of Prisons announced last month that it was going to increase staffing at the MDC by about 20%. But it's our understanding there's still a lot of positions left open, which is a scary thing to think about in terms of a facility that houses that many detainees. I guess the question is, when we're thinking about this, and we'll talk about Combs in a second, but when we're thinking about the MDC, are the issues that are plaguing this facility just individual to this facility, or is this typical of federal lockups, other state lockups? Is the MDC an outlier? What can you tell us?
It's very common across the country. There are certain areas where it's just more expensive to live. New York could be a more expensive area to live. I know the federal prison in Sheridan, Oregon. Oregon can be an expensive place to live. They've had trouble staffing that prison because if you're making $60,000, $80,000 a year, I'm not saying it's not a lot of money. What I'm saying is that you can't sustain yourself living in that town. So the consequence is they don't have enough staff. There's not enough programs for the prisoners. Certain programs like the residential drug abuse program in the federal system that could take a year off of your system, a year off your sentence upon completion, can no longer be run in that prison because there's not enough staff. Well, what does that mean? In California, for example, there isn't one camp or prison that offers the drug program. If you want to go to Oregon, you may have to go to Minnesota, Yankton, because of staff shortages. So they need to train better, they need to pay better, and they need to find a way to somehow retain the talent. And until they have, just going to be this revolving door. And that's part of the reason they're going through this massive investigation. And they're finally asking good questions. What can we do to keep people on our team for longer periods of time, protect prisoners, and have more accountability for staff? It's reached a point where people have simply had enough.
Do you think that it has anything to do with Sean Combs? Do you think it took a high-profile celebrity to be housed there? And remember, there's R. Kelly who was there. Sam Bankman-Fried is he's serving a sentence there. But let me ask you a question. Do you think it takes somebody like a Sean Combs who's there to bring attention to this? Do you think he's a factor in why this investigation is being launched?
I don't. I think it's been going on since Epstein hung himself in that adjacent prison. They knew that it was a problem boiling up for quite some time. And then with the publicity that came with Epstein, they had said we'd had enough. But when you're dealing with...
And just to be clear about that was the MCC. It closed in 2021. But
correct. It's an adjacent prison, but still, we're dealing with problems in these prison systems in New York. And I just think it got to a point where they said there's too much attention on us. We just can't turn away from this any longer. And when you're dealing with the BOP, it's like the DMV times 100 with the bureaucracy, right? It takes so long to get these investigations going. And now that when you have several agencies involved in this operation, imagine the coordination of getting all these people together. This has been going on for weeks, months, and years. I just hope, as I said earlier, there's some prudent transparency and they're sharing progress, both good and bad. I would argue the more bad they share, the more they share what they could have done better and what they are learning, the more trust they're going to get from stakeholders like politicians. Until they do that, it's going to continue and say anything and threaten security of the institution. It's the same old playbook that doesn't work, and it's part of the reason there's such loathing from the left and right on how the BOP manages these issues.
The reason I asked is because his lawyers, his lawyer Mark Agnifilo was quite vocal about the problems in that jail. Having said that, Combs at one point, his legal team was actually trying to transfer him to a jail in New Jersey. They seem to have abandoned that. I think they said at the time that the MDC was responsive to them. Not exactly sure what that meant. But now, look, Combs is trying to fight bail again. He's trying to ask the current judge, the new judge who's overseeing this case, Judge Arun Subramanian, to grant him bail. So this is a third judge that would consider it. Do you think that this investigation and these issues plaguing the MDC would work in his favor to get him bail or pretrial release?
I don't. There are people in that prison who aren't getting bail for charges that are far less severe than his. And one thing the Bureau of Prisons want to do is treat him differently based on his status. If anything, you could argue they're going to make it harder. I empathize with his lawyer. He's saying what he's paid to say, but his client has to own and acknowledge his own conduct, not just the alleged crime, his post-offense conduct where the government felt he is a threat unity. And for that reason, I expect him, regardless of who the judge is, to continue to be confined. And until he begins making different decisions, perhaps accepting responsibility, cooperating. I filmed a YouTube video where I said yesterday, he should agree to turn over every dollar he has to victims and victims' rights groups. It's the only way he doesn't serve 50 or 60 years in prison. Maybe it's how he gets 15 or 20. The onus is on him to make better decisions. Until then, you can expect his lawyer to continue to say what lawyers are paid to say. My guy should be free. It doesn't work not in this environment.
Well, you know, the other way of looking at it is he is innocent until proven guilty. He hasn't been found liable in any of these lawsuits. He's denying all the allegations. I will ask you, though, when it comes to this, somebody this high profile, housed in an institution like this, his attorney alluded to the fact that he might be a target, talked about the violence in the MDC. How much of it is a concern if you're Sean Combs being in this facility, that your life might be in danger?
It's certainly a concern. There are people in prison who have been there for a very long time, who may feel forgotten, could care less if they're in prison for the rest of their life, if they go to a higher security prison, if they get transferred to go to the hole. So there is no doubt there is concern for his safety and his health, which is part of the reason he remains confined. Though I will tell you, there's a lot of high-profile people in prison. We're looking at the Menendez guys getting out of prison potentially after 36 years. They've gotten through it. There are high-profile people who have been able to get through it. The downside for Combs is it's just more scrutiny. It's more time in isolation. It's a harder experience. But there's no doubt there's risks for his life there. And if he gets to the general population, he's really going to have to understand his environment. He's going to have to understand how people are studying him and watching him. It requires humility in how he responds. I know if he pleads guilty or is convicted and gets sentenced, we'll eventually talk about his life in that general population or how to even get through a very lengthy federal prison sentence. But to your question, there is no question. There's risk for his health, and he thinks about it, and so does his family, 24 hours a day.
What do you think the result of this investigation is going to be? How much will we know what happens? Because I will say, Representative Goldman, who I mentioned before, he talked about how he co-sponsored the Federal Prison Oversight Act, which my understanding requires the DOJ's Inspector General's office to conduct vigorous oversight of the federal prison system. I wonder if what we're seeing now is part of that. But what do you imagine is going to result from this interagency investigation?
It's hard for people to see it, especially if their loved one has just come into the system. But it is getting better. Colette Peters has been an excellent director of the Federal Bureau of Prisons. She says, we want to make good neighbors, not good inmates. But you have to understand this massive bureaucracy change takes time. So because I've been to prison and I've been in this space full time for the last 15 years, my business partner served 26 years in prison. He went to the penitentiary in 1987. It was measurably worse then. So we are seeing change. It's getting better. Unfortunately, it's not as fast as people would like, but I expect there to be more transparency, more accountability, more acknowledgments of failures. I think she's been a very good leader for the Federal Bureau of Prisons. There's been transition and turnover. I expect her to stay there for quite some time. I expect to see more progress and, more importantly, accountability and transparency. And it all starts with saying we've made mistakes. They need to do what they expect people who are indicted of crimes to do, right? I get indicted for a crime. We want you to accept responsibility. We want you to say that you're going to do better. You're going to hold yourself accountable. You're going to prove worthy of a second chance. We want the Bureau to do the same exact thing for mistakes they have made.
Justin McPerning, thanks so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
All right, everybody, that's all we have for you right now here on Sidebar. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe.
You're not Coco number 4. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Coco number 4 ain't a rat. 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 That ain't said I ain't a rat.
He's just.
That ain't said I ain't a rat.
He's just.
That ain't said I ain't a rat.
He's just.
That ain't said I ain't a rat.
He's just a regular old criminal.
Yeah.
Yes. And like, let's be real.
How many helmets we got?
If
up on the scoreboard.
If you're the most menacing gangster killer of all time, it's kind of like the most gangster thing you could do to say R.I.P. to a bunch of people who you do not give a fuck about their death, or you maybe weren't even in some. It's not like Durk said anything about it. It's not like he fucking acknowledged it or drew some extra attention to it or whatever.
Could have been this.
And
like,
let's be real.
How many helmets we got?
Either Brick Baby is a marketing genius and we just didn't know about it. Either he's a marketing genius and we just didn't know about it and he fooled all of us. Or this dude, real deal, got some screws loose. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all YouTube family. I'm starting to lean toward the marketing genius part. Because there's no way that somebody would blandly go on a No Jumper show, a podcast that has unearthed about 4.5 million subscribers. There's no way that a guy like Brick Baby, with all the street smarts he got from Rolling 60s, there's no way in hell he would go on this show and implicate himself as somebody who will give the drop to a fellow Rolling 60s Crip. There's no way. Now, one thing for sure and two things for certain. Eazy-E said it the best, man. All publicity is good publicity. See what I'm saying? The whole internet is talking about Brick Baby, and they coupling him up with OTF and Lil Durk. But there is enough room to actually believe Brick Baby. There is a small space in the back of everybody's head that says, yeah, we know Brick Baby's stupid. We know Brick Baby is slow, but on the dead homies, Brick Baby ain't get that drop, man. Yeah, no. In the back of our minds, we don't feel like Brick Baby really did it. But for some strange reason, Brick Baby wants the internet to feel like he did do it. Brick Baby, he wants the internet to feel as though that he colluded with that boy Lil Durk to get Lil Pab up out of there. And this latest episode of the No Jumper Show, this latest episode of the No Jumper Show, I think Brick Baby really starting to play with fire, bro. Like, real deal starting to play with fire. Either that or he just don't care. So we finna go ahead and jump off into this clip. Now, trigger warning, YouTube family, because I already know that this may agitate a lot of people. If y'all are not used to hearing people say dumb stuff, don't even watch this, bro. Because there's a whole bunch of dumb stuff finna get said, man. But with no further ado, let's jump off into this content, dog.
Yeah, you snitch on that. You just got it in your blood.
Yeah, you just want somebody to talk. You King Yeller. You just want a friend, a shoulder to cry on.
Like, bro,
he's a psychiatrist.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, so, Brick, like, this is the reason why we've all been getting a lot of calls and everybody's tripping. Like, and maybe like, and I know you've talked about all this stuff, but
I'm from neighborhood.
So okay, so speaking of neighborhood,
and I play with loose cannon butt.
So
that's my butt from now on.
Oh, shit. On the dead homies, you heard what I said, cuz. On West Side Rolling 60s Crip, I put my finger in my mouth and then commenced to caressing his booty hole on that dead homies, cuz that's my ass now. Hey, what are you talking about, Brick? What's going on, man? But come on.
Cannon, you my little piece of sweet meat.
Oh,
my butt, nigga. Book.
Pass me that butt.
Some bussy?
Little something. I just told him I finger him from time to time. Pull up, I put my fingers in his butt.
I saw somebody calling it boy dussy this morning.
Now, Adam, I would really appreciate it had you said Cliff World TV said boy dussy. That was me, Adam. You know damn well that was me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw the thumbnail up in there. Come on now, Adam. Give my credit what my credit due, Adam. Come on now, goddammit.
It's better than buddissy or bussy.
Or bussy, yeah.
You gotta keep like, just, elaborating on
well, Badussy to me always like referred to an aroma, like it smelled like Badussy in this. So boy Dussy would be like the aroma of post-coital guy on guy.
That's really what I'm against. I'm not really like so much against banging the dude.
I know we is definitely not going to play with the rest of what Adam was about to say. Instead, we finna go ahead and jump over to the meat and potatoes of why I made this video to begin with. Adam, you a wild dude, man. You are the reason why your channel is not monetized, bro. The stuff that you be saying. But anyway, let's jump off into this next clip.
It's often a thing that people, when they find out that people they're associated with are getting wrapped up in an indictment, shit, let me see, am I potentially going to get be brought into. Let me try to buy some flights and see if they're flagged, because they got to call me or at least my lawyer off rip if so. You know what I mean? And if you're at all savvy with the way,
getting nowhere with these charges. What you doing?
On the dead homies, what you doing, cuz? Talking and scribble scrabble. West Side rolling. If you got something to ask me, cuz, ask me with your chest, cuz. On the dead homies, it ain't nobody business. It ain't nobody business of air, cuz. If we handled ours, how we handled ours, cuz. Cuz tried to wiggle and got wiggled out, cuz. Dead homie, that's just how it went down. Now, on the dead homies, don't ask me nothing else, cuz. West Side.
Oh, I'm not questioning you. I'm just trying. Look, I'm asking what the people want to know, bro. And
hey, check it out, Lush, cuz. On 6-0, you must think this fat meat ain't greasy, cuz. On the dead homies, if you keep asking me incriminating questions like that, on West Side, rolling 60s crib, I'm going to dislocate your jaw, cuz. Because on the dead homies, I'm not the one or the two, cuz. On long live Infant Shady Blue, West Side rolling, nigga. You pop out your mouth one more time, cuz, and on the dead homies, I'm going against your cranium, cuz. West Side.
Like really, I'd be a whack homie if I didn't do this. You feel me? What?
But what I'm
and a
saying
whack
is,
podcaster. I'm just trying to. I'm just asking you the questions. No, beyond the Coco number 4. You feel me? Beyond all that, I think a lot of people are tripping because of things that you've alluded to, and like there's two things beyond Mama Duck and beyond your association with Durk, and people know that you and Durk are close. You know what I mean? Y'all been tapped in, so people are gonna make that association. And beyond what Mama Duck said and what she compared it to, which we could talk about as well.
Well, the thing about it is that, okay, they're alleging that Rolling 60s member from LA who was cool with OTF was the one who camped out outside the hotel.
It didn't say Rolling 60s.
It didn't in that part? I thought it did.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't specify. I think people are.
Oh, so they're just kind of throwing that in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, to the people, they're just thinking, oh, well, we know Big Baby and he lives in LA and he's cool with them. And so it makes sense that it would be him.
Smoking dick.
Keep in mind that there might be, you know, like a couple dozen other people that would fit a similar background that
It's
would
almost
be 100
BDs live out here.
that would probably, that would have more time on their hands, that would be probably more likely to do a sort of low level mission like that.
Chief Keef ain't co-conspirator number 4.
Well,
I'm not dead homies, cuz. How we didn't know it wasn't Ray J, cuz. On West Side, rolling 60s, cuz. How we know it wasn't Krishan Rock, cuz. Plenty of people out here, cuz. On the dead homies, I know at least 100 to 150 different BDs that came out from Chicago, migrated up here. On the dead homies, little Lolo there. Dead homies, it could have been him.
At least in part because he probably couldn't sit in his car for 10 hours across from the Beverly Center for.
But I mean, I wasn't trying to say Chief Keef. I was just trying to give you like the Glow Gang is from LA.
Yeah, leave Mr. Cozart out of this conversation, please.
Lush going to tell you how he signed them if you keep that up.
I signed Chief Keef.
Jesus Christ. But nah, like it's cool. Like I get the work. Y'all got that interview that went semi-viral when I first said it.
So what was going through your head when you first said that to Flacco? Were you what was your reason that you went so out of your way in that moment to be like, well, you know, they say you can't say Sly for Vaughn anymore.
West Side rolling. I never thought about that, Adam. Cause I'm the dead homies. You want to know what was going through my head, cuz? West Side, a Perk 15 RP, cuz, a couple of morphine 60, cuz, and one of them Blue Devils over the dead homie. That's what was going on.
Sly for Vaughn. And he like, you know, like Sly for Vaughn.
But can I also point out that when you say that, I love you, Flacco, you really get to see like the worst of Flacco in that clip because he's like, what?
Oh, cowboy. My boy Flacco be sounding like Scooby-Doo, man, when he finna eat a big old Serraggy. Scooby-Doo sounding that nigga, man. Besides my boy Flacco, man. Come on.
You talk about he's like going through his mental Rolodex trying to figure out what you're talking about. Now, granted, it feels very obvious in retrospect. In the moment, sure, might have been more confusing.
Really know. But the thing is, a lot of people didn't know.
Okay, I know on a personal level, when Lil Pab got killed, the first thing that I said in the group chat or to Remo or whoever the fuck I was talking to was like, whoa, I wonder if it's related to the Vaughn thing. Or to, you know, Vaughn getting killed by
first. So let me tell you where I even got the narrative from. I wasn't talking to Durk already for like 8 months. We just ain't been talking to each other.
Which I can verify because you showed me your Instagram DMs.
On the dead homies, I had to stop talking to Cuz because I was finna set Cuz up like Jay Reed set up LL Cool J on N Too Deep, Cuz.
Do the honors, read Mr. Gittins' rights.
Jay Reed, you ain't no cop.
The other day, and I saw how there was this big gap in communication.
All right, boom. So now, when it happened, I was in the black truck coming back from Dallas to Houston, and I'm telling my wife, I'm like, they finna say I killed this nigga. I thought about it. I'm like, I'm glad I'm out of town because they about to say I killed this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so now I'm going through my comments. They like, Brick, you did that. Yeah, they can't say slide for mine no more. Yeah, Brick, yeah, Brick, like playing. So I'm like, immediately I went to make not enough. So I let you know that ain't my work right there. And I wasn't referring to OTF Boogie in my song.
So I didn't bring up the wrong song.
What do you mean? No, you said that. You said something about dropping low.
Okay, you didn't talk about dropping low.
No, never, not one time. But I said the way Boogie do his thing, he need $1 million plus. I'm talking about Baby RS, cuz Boogie down, cuz free my nigga. He been in jail for a minute, cuz like it's so much of a coincidence, all this shit. I've never met Boogie, don't know who he is or nothing. I'm rapping the way Boogie do his thing, he need $1 million plus.
Right.
It ends up being a nigga named Boogie.
Okay.
I played because I just knew that everybody was out of town. So I'm like, cuz, ain't no way Durk has something to do with that. Then I got like the insight of the Armenian, the fake story, alleged fake story. That
But who do you think who made up that story? Or is that an overlapping? Do you think there's truth to the story about the Armenian weed dealers?
I kind of want to like skim through that part because then you get what I'm saying? Because like say I got another story and then I'll be in the same situation.
But it felt like Quando thought that story was true too.
I feel like the stories coincide for some reason.
It's very plausible. It's in Beverly Hills. You know, that's literally right between where the Persians and Armenians be at, allegedly, some type of thing like that.
I feel like they coincide because Rondo is telling us a story. Unless him and Durk talk to each other like we just gonna give him the throw off, so I'll snitch on you in person, but it's still up. But nigga, this the story we going with. Like that's the only way, like that they can't coincide with each other because Rondo literally ran down the same story that I heard.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The thing is, I'm thinking that everybody's clear of the situation, so you could kind of play on that and, you know what I mean, go viral, whatever you gonna do, because they already think you did it. Like, you know me, I like to push buttons. So when he was like, you can't say slide, I'm like, nigga, you can't say that no more. And then I'm just like, they say, I literally say, they say you can't say slide for vibe no more.
Right.
Meaning my fans.
I've heard people say that. Yeah. And then when you see the clip of Durk a few months later, he says almost the exact same thing to Ack.
Instead of the Lil Pop part.
Right.
Only thing that didn't come out his mouth was Lil Pop.
Yeah.
Well, that's the most notable thing about this whole thing, and let's keep it a sec. The self-incrimination just in the music and in social media is at an all-time high. For an artist of this high profile,
I thought he was doing the same thing, because it ain't no way I put a nigga screaming on a skit that I produced, nigga, on my song. It's just, I'm not that tough.
Yeah,
I ain't that tough.
That whole no thing is maniacal.
But him and Thug were both operating under the same assumption, which is that we're just never going to get caught because everybody around me is so solid that they would never tell. And there's, you know, I could order all the murders I want, assuming that this happened the way that they're
them niggas was bollet
putting it out there. Bollock?
Bollet.
Like
anabolic?
Bollet.
Yeah.
That's the fake solid.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
I think though also like, so why is like Wack trying to push this whole narrative about that specific?
Do you think he's being genuine?
Who?
Wack. You think he really believes this shit about you, or do you think that
nigga Wack got content? It's time to make content, man. You don't know what the fuck he talking about. That's why I said in that conversation, I don't know if you heard our whole
I listened to like the first 40 minutes of that.
But I said
I know that you're not Coco number 4. You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Coco number 4 ain't a rat. 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 That ain't said I ain't a rat. That ain't a rat.
He's just a regular old criminal.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason why people would think that any
where
unnamed
he getting his nickname from? He's leaky. He's
what do you mean,
leaky
fool?
for
Like,
me.
I think you might have a role.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
Coco
guys.
number 4 really has a ring to
like,
it.
That's a leaky, but that's your leaky.
Hey, Can someone bring Hurley's bong back and tell him I'm sorry? Like, he's super mad at me. I'm like getting texts.
Wait, he's mad? Oh, wait,
yeah.
he's texting you to get the bong back?
No, he was like, I can't believe you. I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Wow.
all right. Look.
You do be kicking that thing.
No. Look, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of things. This is all things you've already discussed, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. So why? No, the reason why people would assume that Coco number 4 is an informant is because any unnamed co-conspirator is not.
All right, YouTube family. At this point, man, because listen, I know my audience are sharp listeners. Y'all got sharp, sound minds. You see what I'm saying? I understand that most of the people that watches my channel, you know what I mean, are the best definition of smart as hell. So I'm going to let y'all come to y'all own conclusions. Ain't no need for me to curve this narrative or paint a different narrative or try to find an angle. To me, in my humble opinion, Brick Baby play too much. To me. Now, I'm not all the way ruling him out as being co-conspirator number 4, but bro, why would you be on the internet playing around like this? Like, this ain't hot. Fam, you just got picked up for AK-47, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right after you got out of prison, and then you get off of that saying it's a DA reject and you still online playing. It just don't make sense to me, bro, at all. Now, like I said earlier on in the segment, man, the famous Eazy-E said it the best. All publicity is good publicity, even bad publicity. But this type of publicity, I don't know, man. It's kind of edgy. So I'm saying you kind of sitting on the edge with this one, Brick Baby, because your street credibility is 100% being questioned, bro. 100%. And Brick, as much as I like to rank on you, Jones, you roast you, bro, as you already know, you was one of the first people to repost some of my content. So I don't want to see you go down like this, man. Tighten up, fuck, nigga. On real shit, man. Tighten up. I'm going to need you to tighten up, bro. But that's all I got for y'all right now, man. Brick Baby clearing his name.
This pop fence. Believe Lil Durk paid to get these 2 people killed. Stephon Mack, who killed Lil Durk's brother D-Thing. Now, I never knew who killed Lil Durk's brother. Let me actually Google that and see if this is actually any true. Now, I did say that I believe that the feds are going to investigate a whole bunch of other murders, right? They're going to be looking to try to charge Durk with other murders and attempts. Let's see, blah, blah. Hold on.
He know his platform too big for him
this
to be
is the whole
looking
thing with
to
the
who
death
killed
of Stephon Mack.
the killers of Durk brother.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't. And I always love to say, don't speculate something before you at least have an opinion. It's speculation that you killed the heavy.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Maybe you can get a better video on it. All right, let's do this one.
Now at 6, the brother of local rapper Lil Durk is after shooting at a club in Harvey this weekend. A police officer also injured.
My brother D-Thing basically my whole team. You know what I'm saying? But the trucking came first from my brother D-Thing.
Multiple shots were fired and lots of weapons were found at the scene. Dante Banks was killed when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk.
One evening in 2021, Dante Banks Jr., better known as OTF D-Thang, and as Lil Durk's older brother, was at a club in Chicago having a great time partying with his friends. As it would later be revealed, however, D-Thang was partying in his opponent's territory that night, and when he got ready to leave, he was brutally hit in the parking lot in a shooting that also injured a Harvey City Police Department cop. In the aftermath of D-Thang's tragic passing, the names of 2 potential suspects started circulating on social media and in the streets of Chicago. Both of these men were rival gang members to OTF D-Thang, and based on his previous history, it's highly likely that the accusations are true. Disturbingly, just 1 month after the shooting, the 2 alleged suspects were hit at a gas station in Chicago. And that very same day, Dozens of D-Thang's best friends and allies, including Lil Durk himself, posted images of him on social media, strongly suggesting that the hit of the two suspects might have been carried out in retaliation for D-Thang's hit. As of today, police are yet to confirm the identity of D-Thang's assailant. It was the evening of June 5th, 2021, and OTF D-Thang was at a club called Club O on the 17,000 block of South Halsted in Harvey, near Chicago, having the time of his life. Although he was hanging out in a relatively unsafe part of town and in the territory of the Gangster Disciples, or GDs, his opponents, he let his guard and his hair down and spent the night having a good time in the hookah lounge of Club O. Considering his recent history, most people would have been too terrified to even go near Club O and would have rather played it safe. But D-Thang didn't.
All right, man. I ain't gonna lie, brother. You trying to make this cinematic, but you're speaking a little bit too slow for me, man. Little bit too slow. So Stephon Mack. Is this guy named Stephon Mack right here?
Okay, guys, I want to speak on.
I don't know who some of these guys is. The orchestrated hit of, okay, we already seen. I remember this was the club.
Yo, what's the word, YouTube? Y'all know what it is.
This was right after, this is the morning after he got killed, I remember.
Y'all know what it ain't. Y'all see where we at today? We right here in front of the Club O, where Moneymaker D-Thang just lost his life. As you see, it's closed. They open at 10 p.m. and they stay open at 6 a.m. There's all type of expensive cars out here. I'm not sure who is with who, but as you see, this is the Club O. It's all the way in South Holland. I didn't know it was this far. Y'all just made me drive this far. Y'all owe me some gas money, gang. It's ridiculous. But what they got going on up here? I might be back. But yeah, man. Apparently, the little information that I got from the people that I talked to, D-Thang was up here. He was arguing with somebody that he recognized. In the middle of that argument, he came outside.
My mic is low. Is my mic low? Sorry.
I guess he was coming back outside to get the stuff to his car and to get around people he's familiar with. And in the midst of that, he was shot and killed. As you see, this is his blood that's still on the ground right here.
Oh my God.
Y'all get in the comment section.
From what I heard, he got shot in the club and then kind of stumbled out. And then the person kind of walked him down type shit.
Let me know what y'all think, man. Did it. Since D-Thang has passed away, Melly Way has been the only people that has been dissing him and disrespecting him. Sure, while he was even in the suburbs, anything like that, for the ops to catch him. But apparently he was.
The reports are saying that he was shot in the head after leaving out of a night.
Yo, what's the word?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the Stephon, because so it's now being like people are saying that, yo, there was get back for it, right? Now, we're going to hear a lot of rumors, some that I think is just BS, honestly. They're trying to act like Durk is just orchestrated and hired people to kill everybody in Chicago, which, you know, yeah, really.
No, that's true. He's trying to pretend like
I
you
guess I
don't
don't know what
believe
to believe, but
well, why are you running this video? If you don't believe Durk,
they're saying that the dude who allegedly did it,
why are you running this video,
is a guy named Stephon Mack.
Because the feds be alley-ooping it to the FBI.
All right, let me.
Stephon Mack. Steph. He's from Smashville and Melly Way. You know.
I don't know, but they be having all type of little documentaries that be just giving you like a quick little rundown on it. Where the hell these documentaries is at? D-Thang. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's supposed to, they're saying that. I gotta talk to Flacco because I don't know if this is true. And also, you know, I mean, obviously, we're gonna find out if it holds any water to see if the feds actually do indict him for a few other things. I do know people like they've been floating around the whole FBG Cash thing, which I don't know if that's true either, right? Like the whole FBG Cash. Hold on,
paying for that murder too, and rapped about it.
I don't know if you guys remember this shit right here. Hold on.
D-Thing paid for FBG Duck to
Lil Durk and Mr. Payne for murders. I don't know if that's true.
Revolutionary.
Are we taking what Durk has said on? Because I ain't gonna lie, I think now when we go back on the music, a lot of things that Durk said just kind of seem very goddamn eerie.
Very stupid to be rapping about the murders.
But So FBG Cash, the story about him. Here we go.
FBG Cash was a Chicago drill rapper affiliated with FBG Duck and the Flyboy gang. He was just starting to get some shine after a decade in the rap game. But
to put it in perspective, and let me try to like help you with this. By the way, this is not detective work. Fans are going off lyrics. So Durk dropped a song. Called "Pissed Me Off," right? And Durk basically said in the song, no, actually, no, it was Computer Murderers. My bad. Computer Murderers.
First,
was it
Durk
this?
told Cash, "Don't get caught slipping with the broads." That's exactly what he did.
Yeah. So FBG Cash had, FBG Cash had dropped a song, and I think it was called "Back Again" 2 times. FBG. Wait, hold on. Am I tripping? FBG Cash he's one of the ops, okay? He took a picture right next to Vaughn, right? And this is the Vaughn mural. It's like a sacred place. I don't even know where it's at, but it's a sacred place in Chicago,
That
right?
was stupid.
So he took a picture there. Durk raps about it on this song called "Computer Murderers" by saying, "Sneaking pictures by Vaughn mural like Lil Bro won't come out and spin. He ain't heard a fly, so you don't count. I still give him 10. And then essentially what happened is that FBG Cash gets found dead, right? So that's the whole thing behind it. So people are like, damn. And I think Durk had a lyric, Durk left boy tree. He had a song basically saying he left that boy by the tree or some shit like that. What song is that, chat? I don't think is that one. What song is that, chat?
Durk knew Cash was tender dick, and he rapped about it. And told Cash he was gonna don't get caught with them broads. He rapped about it. Cash didn't pay attention. That the females was.
It's for my cousin. Oh no, it's threat to everybody. Thank y'all. Okay, so on threats to everybody, essentially you hear Durk, who basically says this: "You ain't have your gun for them. You better keep your gun for me. Better keep your gun for Booney. Better keep your gun for C. Think I'm playing and come and see. You gonna end up by the tree. Better keep your gun for Booney." We call him Chief, right? And yeah. So essentially, you're gonna end up by the tree, which then we figure out. They're saying FBG Cash was gunned down by a tree. He was sitting in a car with a woman, and they came and killed him. And I think like he was sitting by some, I don't know. Anyway, let's play this.
He just got shot and killed right before he had the chance to blow up and make it out of Chicago. Here's what's going on. On Friday, June 10th, around 5:30 in the morning, FBG Cash was driving around Chicago with a woman who was asleep. They was on the 1600 block of West 81st Street when the black four-door sedan pulled up and the shooter hopped out and started dumping shots. According to the police, Cash grabbed his burner and shot back, but the ops had him outgunned with a rifle. Cash sustained multiple gunshot wounds about the body and was rushed to the Advocate Christ Medical Center where they pronounced him dead. The woman he was with got shot in the left arm and upper back and was taken to the same hospital in critical condition. After they killed Cash, the shooter hopped back in the whip and fled the scene. As of right now, the cops ain't named no suspects, but they got detectives on the case.
Now, the cold part about it, FBG Duck was just in talks to sign with Rap-A-Lot, then he got killed. Cash came out and said he had just been in talks to sign with Rap-A-Lot, and then he got killed. And he was leaving that night. He had left a Rap-A-Lot Chicago affiliated studio.
A few hours after the shooting, a screenshot from the Citizen app surfaced online.
Big Durk got ties to Rap-A-Lot.
You could see. Just like how Durk says, by the tree. So it's clear he's making a reference to that probably, but people are feeling like Durk was behind it.
Cash, the shooter hopped back in the whip and fled the scene. As of right now, the cops ain't named no suspects, but they got detectives on the case. A few hours after the shooting, a screenshot from the Citizen app,
the tree,
surfaced online. In the photo, alleged witnesses are telling their side of the story. One of them wrote, "I heard a guy say he's still laying in the alley. I watched him run to the alley and let off more shots. Man, I'm moving." Another person said the police sat and watched the shooting go down. And someone replied to them and said, "Yes, they did. It happened right under my window. Sound like it was in my house. Everybody hit the floor right out the bed. Scared my children and grandchildren. I didn't even send them to school." Someone else on the app claimed they saw the shooter stand over Cash and dump bullets into him. They wrote, "Watch a dark-skinned guy with dreads stand over that poor guy and let off shots, man. R.I.P. Cash's death comes less than 2 years after FBG Duck got shot and killed broad day in Chicago's wealthy Gold Coast neighborhood. He was walking down the street in the shopping district when 4 men hopped out their cars and shot him to death. There was rumors that O-Block was behind the hit. And back in October, the Chicago PD officially charged 5 of them with Duck's murder. U.S. Attorney John Losh said, "Generally speaking, what's happening on social media and what's happening in the music videos that are on YouTube, particularly in the drill rap genre, it shows you."
And they also said OTFD thing, and they in the pictures. He in the pictures giving Vaughn $100,000. OTFD thing gave Vaughn $100,000. Vaughn took that $100,000 to the block on video and paid those killers on video who killed FBG Duck. So that $100,000 absolutely came from Lil Durk's OTF that killed FBG Duck. The feds,
what's happening in the city, which is that people are threatening to commit acts of violence and then either bragging about acts of violence or talking about how they're going to retaliate for other violence. It's happening on a regular basis. FBG Cash was active like Duck, but it's unclear what the motive behind his murder was. What makes the situation even more tragic is that Cash recently went on No Jumper and said he was trying to make it out of Chicago. When Adam 22 asked him if he never wants to leave Chicago, Cash told him, "Hell nah, I really don't want to be in Chicago. I'm hoping you show me a way to get me $1 million right now when we leave here. Hopefully I get to the point where I'm dining in at restaurants that make me not even want to go back and eat the same shit I was eating the last 30 years. I don't want to see those same streets. I don't owe Chicago nothing." In an interview with the Drea O Show from just a week ago, Cash was optimistic about the future. He said, "So much malicious shit going on in the world, and I still overrode it. I weathered the storm with all that shit. I don't think it's in my cards. I really don't. I think I'm going to die of old age." Growing up in Chicago, Cash says,
now, another thing he said in that Drea O video is that maybe a week before they killed him, they almost killed him, and he was able to shoot back, and he barely made it. He should have got out of Chicago then because they was on his motherfucking ass, and he didn't really understand it because he just was used to shit like that. Nah, they on your ass.
That he actually had a pretty good home life. His pops was hustling while his mom took care of the kids, and Cash ended up jumping into the streets at a young age. He was surrounded by drug dealers and robbers, so he adapted to the environment and started doing the same things. Then, at 18, he got caught up in an armed robbery case and ended up taking a deal for 6 years in prison. Cash said he was just guilty by association, but he took the time instead of going to trial or snitching on his homies. He saw dudes he knew get years handed down, but only have to serve a few months. So he was shocked when he ended up serving 6 full years. By the time Cash got out, the whole city had changed. The drill movement was popping off, and social media had changed the whole game. According to him, social media really split up the city and made it way crazier. Cash started recording music in 2012, but the first taste of fame he got actually came from him hooking up with another artist's mom. Back when he was 16, Cash started casually seeing Chief Keef's mom on the side. He was just a kid when it was going down, but by the time Cash got out of prison, Keith had become the new face of Chicago rap. When Cash saw Keith doing numbers with the music, he hit up his mom and had his cameraman record the conversation. The phone call wasn't nothing serious, but Cash's cameraman leaked it without his permission to World Star Hip Hop, and it ended up going viral. Cash went viral again just a few months ago when he posted a picture throwing up his middle finger while standing next to the King Von mural across the street from O Block. According to Cash, him and Durk was DMing each other back and forth, just saying stuff like, "F you." Then Durk challenged him to go over there and see what happens to you. Some fans think this is what led to Cash getting...
Wait, is that true? FBG Cash.
Durk absolutely wanted that pussy. He was mocking Vaughn and D-Thing.
Hold on.
Was that you holding up the fucking e-pill right into the camera in the beginning? That was you?
That was him.
Oh, you?
This is FBG Cash right here.
Yeah. It was a normal day. We had doing that shit every day.
Yeah. But do you know that song was gonna go crazy?
Nah, I thought gang anthem. Well, yeah, I thought that was gonna be the song. Gang anthem. But when I seen the video, yeah, I knew it was gonna do it.
That was a classic.
Yeah, Chad, didn't I indirectly ask Durk about the Cash thing? I think I indirectly asked him about that when he came to the interview. I forgot what he said. Can anybody pull up that clip?
I'm trying to keep it low like a credit score because I was on parole. I wasn't even supposed to be there. I think I was on house arrest.
You popped on over?
Yeah, fuck that, boy. Doug got to shoot all them shoots.
Right.
Yeah, here I come.
For sure.
For sure.
Definitely. Okay. I got some fucking questions here. Let me dip in the phone real quick. Oh yeah. So why'd you take that picture with the King Von mural?
Durk told me to.
What?
How did he tell you to?
He through text. Nah, he blocked me now, but yeah, through text.
What you want to show me your conversation with him?
Nah, he blocked me. He blocked me. My fucking.
The conversation's still there, right?
Nuh-uh.
You delete text?
Yeah, like when I only see, I ain't big on confrontation sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like most times, I ain't big on confrontation. So when I go through, I'm like, man, that was distasteful, man. Like,
what was the? What kind of conversation were you having before he told you to go take this photo?
Fuck me, fuck him. Go over there and do that and see what happened to you. I'm outside right now.
You hit him up?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was just like, hey, what's up? Why Chicago's so weird because the ops always be talking to each other and like going on live and tweeting at each other and shit.
Everybody, it's just the weird niggas. Because I'm like, fuck out.
Wait, Durk told him to go there and see what happens?
Talking about.
I don't see a ton of that in LA.
I told Durk, stop sneak dissing me before he left me on scene.
Really? So you kept barking on him?
No, I just left it. He left me on scene. I just left it alone in the DM.
Right. Sometimes I don't know if I believe. Sometimes I feel like you're trolling me, but I could see it, I guess.
Sometimes
I believe it.
Damn shit happen. It's good for the field some way sometimes, but I ain't trolling.
How long were you actually at the mural?
About like not even a minute.
Okay. You just popped out and did it?
Yeah. And like it wasn't my intention. Like I'm finna go. Like I was in the car with my with somebody. And I'm like, why the fuck you taking me down this way anyway? Like, wait, matter of fact, pull over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed that because like it was on. Like you had already started. I was like, man, it was risky, but like, hey, that's the play I made. You know what I'm saying? I posted it.
You ever think about clicking up with 6ix9ine when he was coming through Chicago and shit?
Hell no. Or like, you know what I'm saying? For different reasons though. Like I would have liked to motherfucking get next to him, like, and like knowing he had all that money. And jewelry and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like,
yo, it's kind of sad because like, you could, if you watch this whole interview, you could tell these guys don't have money, man. Like $10,000, like if you give like one of these guys 10,000, they probably go kill somebody. Like, a lot of the Chicago beef ain't really around getting money. It's about just a lot of revenge, petty shit, but definitely deep-seated hurt that, you know, yo, you killed my mans or my friend or my uncle, and I got to slide back. But you get to realize these guys don't got nothing, bro.
Man, fucking that don't coincide with my image.
Anyway,
getting shot, but there's no proof to confirm the rumor. Again, just a few months ago, when he posted a picture throwing up his middle finger while standing next to the King Von mural across the street from O Block. According to Cash, him and Durk was DMing each other back and forth, just saying stuff like, F you. Then Durk challenged him to go over there and see what happens to you. Some fans think this is what led to Cash getting shot. but there's no proof to confirm the rumor. In an interview with Truth Teller TV that was posted just a day before his death, Cash confirmed the rumors that he had record deals in the works. Even though he started dropping music all the way back in 2012, Cash never really blew up like a lot of his homies did. Urban Politicians TV asked him if the police were responsible for putting the brakes on his career. But Cash said, nah, I f*** my shit up. I hindered.
Somebody says, go check out threats to everybody. This snippet, they stomped on Cash after his death. OTM Jam is in it too. What? Is it this?
Man, what? This ain't going what you need this for. He think he outside. Pull up on him.
Where's Jam at? Is this Jam right here?
Curbside. Not from Southside. Got our shit from her guys. Think about what you said.
By the way, I also want to correct people who keep saying this dumb shit, saying that basically Durk wasn't rapping about shit and was rapping love songs, because obviously he went through the whole thing with Dej Loaf, and he started singing and using autotune. People said, "Oh no, he was just on some soft shit," and then Vaughn came around and turned him up. Yo, Durk's hardest songs is before that. Right, so 500 Homicides, like. Yo, all of them songs that was dropped on that first joint, bro, it's all like street songs. You know what I mean? I think when he realized that drill rap wasn't working anymore, he started to pivot and try to figure out, yo, okay, I could do the girl rap real quick. Shit, I could rap on some shit like that's kind of down south. He started linking with Future and shit like that. French was showing him love. But Durk was never no soft-ass rapper from the get-go that Vaughn came around and told him to turn up. Like, that's not a thing, you know? Well, what?
My twin and I got jail. That no jail with me. How you niggas mad? Cause that's my twin and I got jail.
Yeah, this nigga's sweating already. This is how you know he telling.
Yeah, that no jail with me. How you niggas mad?
I think, is that Diddy right there?
That's my twin.
Yeah, this nigga's sweating for no reason. You know he's sweating because he got the wire taped to his stomach. Yeah, he got the wire taped to his stomach, chat. He got the wire taped to his stomach. He's sweating bullets. Oh, he throws the cash on the ground. You see OTF Jam put the gun finger to the cash, and then they start stepping on the cash. Oh shit, I would have never caught that. Look, OTF Jam got the trigger finger out. Probably those are the two fingers he used and be like, let me tuck in the wire right here. The wire gonna be under my arm right here. Right here. Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, they stepping on the cash for real. Somebody said the wire under the ball main is diabolical. Oh shit. Okay.
All the way back in 2012, Cash never really blew up like a lot of his homies did. Urban Politicians TV asked him if the police were responsible for putting the brakes on his career. But Cash said, nah, I f*** my shit up. I hindered my own process. Ain't nobody told me to go put my hand in the fire. The shit I've been doing for this street shit, don't put your hand in the fire, bro. Just gravitate towards going on. Just keep going up. Don't do the shit that's gonna hinder your process. It took him a while to get his career popping, but recently, it looked like Cash was really about to blow up. He recently dropped tracks like Computer Murderers, Step Has Come, and Back Gang 2 times, and racks up millions of views on YouTube. With label deals in the works, he had the opportunity to take his career even further. After the news broke about his death, Cash's homies and ops both hopped online to talk about the situation. Lil J posted a picture of him on Instagram and said, shit crazy, man. R.I.P. Cash. Bro was solid. Cash talks about being in jail with Lil J in the Drea O Show interview. He said he talked to Jay every day since he got out of prison. Lil J just got released after serving 7 years and has been grinding with the music too. So seeing his homie die like this, gotta be hard. Jono from O Block hop on Instagram and wrote, it's time to get high. I just found out some good news. I know y'all hurt. I hope Von beat Cash ass when he caught him. And PGF Nook just posted an IG slide that said, damn, with a bunch of crying laughing emojis. THF Muda wrote on Instagram, once you learn to look past people in certain situations, it helps separate the real from the goofies. Rumors are flying right now that Cash was set up by someone he knew And some people think Muda is saying the same thing, but no one knows what really went down, so it's all just rumors. THF Billa hop on Instagram talks about how dissing dead ops just leads to more violence. He said, "Stop playing with the dead. Nothing good comes out of that, only death. Hashtag pray for Chicago. Dissing your dead ops is just part of Chicago's culture now. And FBG Cash is doing it himself in some of his new music. On the track Back Again 2 Times, he said,
I find it crazy that anybody can look it up, that FBG Duck had just gotten to business and was signing a contract to deal with Rap-A-Lot, and then he got killed. Cash had just signed a contract and got business in with Rap-A-Lot, and he was in Chicago leaving, because I investigated, so he was leaving a Rap-A-Lot Chicago affiliated studio. I find it hard to believe that Jay Prince, with his ties to the Gangsta Disciples, and Cash and FBG Duck being faces and members of the Gangsta Disciples, and with Big Durk having his ties to the Gangsta Disciples, that nothing could have been worked out in this situation, and that both of them met their demise after they got into them business ties with Rap-A-Lot. That's just a fact.
I don't want to hear no get back, the whole world witness. Your main sniper get his shit splat, and you ain't even get your lick back. This line was allegedly aimed at O-Block for not getting revenge for King Von's death. Later in the track, he went after Durk directly with the line, "Look at what happened to D-Thing. They know how we came," which is referring to Lil Durk's brother who got killed last year. Obviously, Cash would never be cool with O-Block after all the blood that's been spilled on both sides. But like Billa said, only death comes out of dissing dead ops. It seemed like Cash was making moves and wanted to get out of Chicago before the streets caught up to him.
Some people say that, let me see. They said this was Durk on Instagram Live right afterwards.
The voice of the trenches, Lil Durk, splits the whole $1 million bag with the whole OTF team. You take, giving us a hint and speaking on a lot of the ops, kind of giving us a hint.
Oh, this was supposedly after after FBG Cash died. Let's hear.
I just broke down online on doing 350 features. Yo, hit me up just today.
Yeah, Jam right there. Diddy right there.
Just today, 350 a feature. You think? He puts it in the air. Yo, the ops ain't having no motion. A lot of
Cash murder.
Excuse me, they got a lot of things.
Damn, Jam laughing like a motherfucker.
Said, so you gotta listen. You gotta pay attention. Listen to the beginning to the end. You dig? Definitely put it in the air. Yo, the ops ain't having no motion. And I'll split it, letting us know. Yo, we split the bag. The bag is definitely split.
I'm talking about all the murders.
OTF giving us a hint. Yo, I might be dropping some. Might be dropping soon. You dig? But definitely clowning. Not really clowning, you dig? But definitely speaking on the ops. You dig? Gonna get us along.
Running with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas, hey.
They be like, look, man. We got that shit on. Like,
nah, they be like this. They be. Nah, you know one thing I hate when a motherfucker be like, look, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Yo, Durk really gave Jam 50. He probably gave it more than 50. Look at that nigga hugging that money like a newborn baby.
Today only.
We ain't gonna give him that. We ain't gonna give him that.
We not even running our mouth.
Today almost over, man. 350 for the verse.
That's all.
Just facts.
We don't do that. We're in the streets too much.
Yeah, about that. OTF Jam letting niggas know he in the streets too much, man.
That demon door. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta feed him that smirk. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, that shit gonna shake the streets. I'm talking about blood, like that shit gonna shake. Real family though.
You gotta let.
Real members only.
That shit gonna shake. That shit gonna shake.
Wait.
That's a couple. That's all I want you to get on, man. You be playing. I'm gonna stop. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna make him drop that shit for y'all. For real. Just had to get that shit up.
And he got the music in his phone. I play the shit you got.
Okay, come on now.
Go.
Get it to him like that.
On my life.
Shoot that video. Get it to him. Feed that to the streets. Let's go.
Good.
All right, there.
I keep that.
We shooting. We gonna shoot. I'm gonna finish. Nah. I'm gonna finish it. Then we gonna shoot it. Let's do it. I gotta get to him. I don't know if it's gonna week. I'm gonna feed y'all this shit. They know I'm not.
Everything we do wrong, yeah. I'm having that easy right here. Look. They own that shit. You look so good on that, man. Oh, there you go. Motherfuckers just got so fine. Oh, motherfucker. That's crazy. No, though, we love y'all, though. We don't mother talk shit. This shit is all cap. The shit is not real.
Running with that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas, hey. All that other cap shit. Boom, come. Check it out, blood. Man, that motherfucker on camera. I ain't want to flip it. Brother, we did it. They know that we did it. They know that we did it. That nigga said, they know that we did it.
They know that we did it. Drop song, man. They know we got a lot of raw shit on the Tubi, y'all.
Yeah, 500.
Get out of here. What are you trying to do? They're doing all this, sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof, bro.
You know what's ironic? So one of the people, so OTF Jam is somewhere, I don't know where he is. He's in the gulag somewhere. One of the people, no matter how much money he's showing here, apparently he's been calling around from some facility trying to get a lawyer. People think he's telling, but who knows if he's telling. But this kind of shows this was such a cross section in time. This dude's flexing all this money. Right now he's incarcerated, calling around trying to get a lawyer.
Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof,
bro got out what?
You know that
how many you did off?
How many years I did enough?
Yeah, that's your last bit. 12. That boy popped out 12 years. Yeah. So much money. We really was just getting that shit in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
This shit feels so good, man. 2 lawyers, man.
I tell him about the building, you got
everything.
Man, it's closed on the building, man. We ain't fucking around.
You know that we did it. It's our time, man.
This nigga retired.
Glad to make you proud. It's time to start buying up Inglewood next. 64?
I say go.
They know that we did it.
What folks said.
They brag about killing Cash. Yeah, they know that we did it. They brag about
they call him Chief. Hey. You ain't have your gun for them. You better have your gun for me. Better have your gun for Booney. Better have your gun for C. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree.
Yeah. Know that we did it.
Laughing about killing Cash. Cash was killed and found right next to that tree. They laughing. That will make you laugh, make you cry. Do you think the federal government love this shit? These niggas just couldn't keep it to themselves. They killed that man, left that man by the tree, and they bragging about you know that we did it, and they in there getting paid. See, this is what got the O-Block niggas book. That video of Vaughn paying them niggas for their hit, then them bragging about killing FBG Duck, making rap videos with a duck on their shoe, laughing about it, all online bullshit. This the same thing them niggas doing right now after the murder of FBG Cash. They doing the same shit, and he handing out money, and they yelling, you know that we did it, and he rapping the verse. Like, we'll leave you by that tree.
Wait, what?
That's crazy. The arrogant motherfucker. They were feeling himself, y'all.
I've seen him do it.
And this is not the murder. This is not the murder in LA. They finna, this nigga done. This is the murder of FBG Cash they bragging about. And he's handing out the money for.
Seen him do it. So y'all on this bitch, man. Oh, yeah? Handle it.
People please don't love that. This is OTF Diddy. They got him for the murder in LA. He's locked up for the murder in LA. Now here he is on another video with a stack of money bragging about a murder of a rival, FBG Cash, in Chicago.
You see? Out on 90, playing with more than 90. Stupid ass. Many of you niggas ain't real, man.
Niggas, we can merch it.
Niggas on
Niggas all out. Hey. You ain't have your gun for them. You better have your gun for me. Better have your gun for Booney. Better have your gun for C. You don't believe me, you gonna see. You gonna end up by that tree. Know that we did it. Man, I got my gun for bone. They call him Chief.
Huh?
But we should have killed him.
Yeah, well, that nigga gonna cry when they play that in his trial. He gonna cry about this right here, because he didn't have to do that shit. He didn't have to do that, but he did it anyway. Arrogant.
Soon, cause he a thief. I told Disky mama won't eat me. She made me collard greens. She like, Schmirk, you know it's July, right? Why you dressed like it's Halloween? I say, go.
They
know that we did it.
What folks said. Yes, sir, ski.
You gotta drop this shit.
Yeah, you gotta drop that shit for real.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit. Ooh. You in a little crazy on one point. Ooh. Crazy.
Yeah, we moving though, man.
We all got some shit they ain't never seen before.
Gonna get crazy for y'all though, man.
We got pop out some shit they ain't never seen before. This. People want to use shit like that. Motherfucker never seen no money, man. People want to use shit like that.
Now, don't do no reflashes today. We know how that Instagram works. Y'all gonna put that money up there from last year.
They ain't gonna even lie, bro.
You know, I know how I get. You gonna put the. Oh shit! Oh, they ain't getting that no more.
Oh, they ain't getting that?
Trump.
Hey, look, I'm gonna call you back. No, that's why.
Oh shit!
Money gone now.
Book him down though.
Mad as hell, boy.
Now this nigga.
Give me
this nigga. They really dumb to the motherfucker. They got this snitching now. They talking about murders, bragging about murders, and this nigga ass in jail. Can't get no help.
And Smirk get my kids and all. Fuck you.
We got Jam, we got Inky Chief Whoop.
We're dumbest criminals.
You ain't called them this. Don't you the crook? You the crook?
I'm Inky Chief Whoop, bro. You tweaking.
They said this was right after FBG Cash died.
Are you
They celebrate the murder.
For sure.
Rip them guys, man. Free them guys. Fuck.
Rip them guys, man. I really thought you that light girl. I can't take you. You dropping this motherfucker deluxe tonight, man. They blood. I lied.
Y'all ain't ready for that heat, man. Y'all ain't ready. They ain't ready for that heat, bro. They ain't ready for that heat. Give them like another week or something. Y'all ready for that deluxe? If y'all ready for the deluxe, just drop deluxe. Just all down. All I want to see is deluxe.
Let's together. Get $100 ball here. Damn, Jam, what you on, baby? Hey, down. Okay, let's see when you go to back.
You a bitch.
I've been trying to tell him.
Jail got him all.
I've been trying to tell him.
Ooh, this nigga got some real
Without saying
conversation.
too much, I'm trying to
He
know.
got the real conversation.
Oh, no.
Bro, that phone number won't let me borrow none of that. Yeah.
Now imagine what they talked about when they turned the live off, and they thought they just talking to themselves, but they wasn't, because he was recording them.
Yeah, I look fucked up.
No, you don't. Get on.
I really be turned. You hear me?
Magic school, but dreads.
Dreads? What?
I got one.
Man.
Yeah, I remember
you can't see what it is.
He really thought he was a nigga. He was fair with the tattoo. I ain't gonna lie, for we was that nigga back then. From the bottom, from the waist down. And you had it for the BON.
Took off for first off, I white beat it up. Oh.
I forgot to tell him myself. You don't never want to take a shot. I'm trying to tell him. I ain't no shit no more. Keep my shit right on. I gotta get in the gym and get tatted. Hey, look. Stop playing before I come collect your shit. Only too late. You playing, I'll become collect your shit. Oh. I forgot to tell him myself. You don't never want to take a shot. He had 32 packs of white beater. Hey, nah. He's gonna go buy a shirt. He come back out with a white beater. He saw you finna go buy a shirt. He got a white beater. New bed pants. I got like my back and all that shit tight. I don't even want a white beater on. Everything took off for our
I say interesting. Okay. Now, that's one situation. I think people feel like OTF Jam is gonna be jamming Durk up on that situation. Okay, allegedly. We don't know nothing, but they're saying OTF Jam is gonna put Durk in a jam for that. But in this situation that we thought went away, some people have now speculated might come back up. Y'all remember this?
Before King Von got killed in 2020, him and Lil Durk were facing a wild attempted murder case that almost put them away forever. And today we're breaking down the entire story. King Von and Lil Durk came up in Chicago and was homies for years. But Von waited a long time before he followed Durk into the rap game. He spent his whole life in the streets and only decided to focus on music after beating the murder case in 2017. When Durk saw that Von was ready to switch it up and go hard in the booth, he signed him to his Only the Family label, and Von took off from the jump. His tracks Beat That and War With Us both ran up numbers, but the song Crazy Story is what really put him on the map. The track blew up and has almost 200 million streams on Spotify alone, and it made everyone in the industry start tapping in with Von. He followed that up with Crazy Story 2.0 with Lil Durk in May 2019 and was popping off even more. Durk was already one of the hottest rappers in the game, but it took him a long time to reach the top. Von definitely got a boost just from being affiliated with him, but it was still shocking how fast he was blowing up. Fans knew they could take over the game together, but they almost lost everything right at the start. A month after Crazy Story 2.0 dropped, news broke that Von and Durk were wrapped up in an attempted murder case where they shot and robbed a dude in Atlanta. According to reports, Durk and Von were outside a cigar lounge in February 2019 around 5 in the morning when they got into an argument with a dude named Alexander Witherspoon. It's still not clear what exactly went down, but at some point shots started going off and Witherspoon caught a bullet in the leg. A witness said,
"When I hear gunshots, it's a whole nother sound. So I don't hear voices, I hear bullets. I just see bodies fall."
The police say 18 shots were fired, and a detective claimed,
"You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim."
Durk and Von allegedly knew Witherspoon and pressed him.
See, this case was a little spooky because in the pre-trial hearings, right, when they were having these hearings for detention, essentially a detective comes in and says, "We see Banks." They didn't say they seen Von. They said we seen Durk hands. How they corroborated that? They said tattoos on the hand. I don't know if it was blurry or whatever, but they were confident it was Durk's hands. Which that was kind of ironic because when Von died, they just dismissed the case. It was like, well, y'all didn't say Von's hand was out of the car. Y'all said it was Durk. But they were like, oh, we just don't have enough no more.
The police say 18 shots were fired, and a detective claimed,
"You see Mr. Banks' arm out the window firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim."
Durk and Von allegedly knew Witherspoon and pressed him for a chain and $30K in cash he had in his pockets.
He said his chain was snatched off his neck, and he had $30,000 stolen from him, and they stole the vehicle he was driving.
But they both denied the charges immediately. Durk was on tour when the news broke, but instead of pulling a take K and doing the race, he flew right to Atlanta and turned himself in. He had an interview with Channel 2 Action News before the cops arrested him. And Durk said,
"Once I heard, I immediately came back because I have nothing to hide. Like, I have nothing to run from."
He also dropped.
That's another interesting thing.
Mike got arrested.
Oh, we're going to get to that. That's another interesting thing, chat. Remember when Durk was wanting for that? He immediately turned himself in. This time they're claiming that he immediately ran, right? So, Durk interview Atlanta innocent. Like he came on the news and he said, "I'm innocent."
The first time we're hearing from a rapper arrested on attempted murder and assault charges.
I have nothing to run from.
Only Channel 2 Action News spoke with Lil Durk about the charges that could derail his career.
It really hurt too, just how bad people really want to see me down.
Good evening, I'm Lori Wilson. Jovita Moore has the night off.
I'm Justin Farmer, and new at 5, rapper Lil Durk told us that he has nothing to hide. That's the message as he sat down only with Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie. Mark with us live from Atlanta Police Headquarters in downtown Atlanta. And Mark, his attorneys just filed a new motion bond.
That's right. We're outside APD headquarters now, as you said, and his lawyer says Lil Durk is still in the Fulton County Jail as his legal team works to get a bond set. But before he surrendered, we were with him in his lawyer's office. You're about to surrender as we speak.
Yeah.
How come?
Because I have nothing to hide. Like I have nothing to run from.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Dirk Banks, a.k.a.
I ain't gonna lie. Dirk and his thick ass lawyer though. Yo, this lawyer right here. Yo.
A rapper's ride. Soon after we spoke, Dirk Banks.
Oh, nah.
A.k.a. the performer Lil Durk emerged from his lawyer's space.
Ooh. Hold on, Chad. I gotta make sure I see it.
And headed toward an SUV.
Oh, nah. She's smart and she got the wagon. She got the woody.
Soon after that, he stepped out in front of the Fulton County Jail. One of his lawyers says he was swiftly taken into custody there, having swiftly flown back to Atlanta after he found out he was wanted.
We found out we had a warrant. We was actually on tour. Once I heard, I immediately came back.
He's willing to turn himself in and take care of what he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary.
I like my lawyer to be a bad bitch with a tattoo on the shoulder, with her eye with lashes.
What he needs to take care of.
We immediately canceled the tour.
He's got a multi-million-dollar salary music career going.
Did you do it? Did you shoot this man? Did you commit the other crimes of which you're accused?
No.
Warrants involving an incident in February on North Avenue involved charges including criminal attempt to commit murder and aggravated assault. One document indicates an Atlanta police investigator said to the best of his knowledge, Banks was employed or associated with a criminal street gang to conduct or participate in gang activity, shooting at the victim while co-defendants shot and robbed him.
Is he involved in a gang?
No.
Banks indicated his lawyer told him not to discuss the specific facts of the case, but he confirmed what his attorney Manny Aurora said, that as a youth, Banks was drawn into the gang life that surrounded him in Chicago, but that's not who he is today.
I had a bad background, just growing up as a child, about father being incarcerated for 25 years, 26 years. So I had a rough past, but like me moving to Atlanta, I just thought that just changed my whole identity of thinking.
Now, one of the warrants is for possession of firearm by a convicted felon. Lil Durk suggested to me he's innocent. Aurora says a 2012 gun charge in Chicago was Dirk Banks' second and most recent arrest until he surrendered Thursday night. And that Aurora and co-counsel Nicole.
Okay, anyway.
Dropped a track on the same day called Turn Myself In.
By the way,
the situation.
Brewski, thank you for the F5. It says, is it hard to prove pay for killing if it wasn't a digital transfer? Looked like a lot of cash. Well, we haven't heard about how they're claiming that these guys got paid, but they're claiming that they got paid by OTF Diddy, right? We're talking about the current case that Durk is being accused of doing the murder for hire or allegedly putting a hit on Quando. You know, obviously, if you wire somebody some money for a fucking murder, like, yo, that's crazy. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's wire fraud as well. Like if you use the bank and you use wiring money, that's wire fraud for anything that has illicit means. That's how they catch scammers, because if they can't prove that you're defrauding people, they could prove that you used it for a legal thing. So that would be wire fraud as well, easy. I don't think Durk is that. Again, we don't know if Durk did anything, but who would be that fucking stupid? Like, yeah, I'm gonna just wire the money for the murder. Like, come on. So I gotta imagine it would be cash. If I'm thinking they're smart, maybe they're like, yo, we're gonna mix the money in with some of the music stuff. So when we would give you like maybe 20K for this, we gonna give you 50, but we gonna act like it's for this type shit. You know, try to, I would think. So I do think part of corroborating the payment, which is very important in the murder for hire, because there had to be an agreement that he was going to pay these people or did pay these people for them carrying out a job. That, to me, again, all that requires a snitch. I don't think he's going to be caught on wiretap saying exactly that. So I think it's going to require a cooperant who's going to corroborate that. Yo, that's the conversation we had with Durk.
Said, look up at the judge, can't look. State making up lies for sure. I'm an innocent man for sure. It is what it is for sure. Nobody gonna ride. Had a warrant so I can't hide. India gonna stay by my side. I did a song with Chance tonight. He gave me positive vibes to better my image for life. I turned myself in tonight, head down with these cuffs on, just read me my rights. Besides the attempted murder charge, Von and Durk were also facing aggravated assault, participation in criminal street gang activity, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. If they got convicted, there was a good chance of them getting a heavy sentence. All of the charges were serious, and what made the situation worse was that they both already had prior cases. Back in 2011, Durk got booked on a weapons charge and served a few months in jail. Then in 2013, he got arrested again when he allegedly tossed a gun in his whip when a cop came up to him. That charge ended up getting dropped after his lawyer found 9 witnesses to sign affidavits, and one of them even admitted that the strap was actually his and not Durk's. Von's list of charges was way crazier than Durk's, though. He caught a gun charge in 2012, then in 2014, he was booked for first-degree murder over the death of a college student named Malcolm Stuckey. Von and his homie Big Mike allegedly rolled up on some ops at a party that Stuckey was at and got into a shootout. The ops started shooting first, but Von and Mike shot back and hit him. Everyone who was shooting survived, but Stuckey got caught in the middle and tragically died. Big Mike flipped and agreed to testify, which would have put Von away for life. But right before the trial, Mike decided to stay quiet and ended up with a 28-year sentence while Von was set free. Durk and Von only spent a few weeks in jail on the—
See, we would have never gotten Von. If you go down to hit Von, how does a guy allegedly do 7 murders and is free to start a rap career? What you're going to notice is missing witnesses, recanting statements, and people who are flipping to not snitch on him, right? Which, hey, maybe that's by the luck of the draw, or perhaps Von had his ways to make sure niggas shut the fuck up. Now, one of these guys essentially took a 28-year sentence rather than telling on Von, when it was supposed to be that he was going to tell on Von. It's kind of crazy. So that's why I keep saying that this case with Durk, it's all about them witnesses. With the witnesses say the same story they've told the cops so far. Now, granted, this is feds. This ain't like just Chicago. So they got witness protection, all type of stuff. You're not going to be able to get to these people or their families as easy without the feds figuring it out, intercepting it, or protecting these people, saying, no, you're not about to kill our witness or kill, the families of our witness to make sure our witness don't cooperate. Hell no, right? I would imagine that's the thing anyway.
The attempted murder case before they bonded out for $250K and $300K. They both got right back in the booth, and later that year, Von dropped his debut mixtape with a couple features from Durk. While they still had the case hanging over their heads, both of them are blowing up more than ever. The year after they got booked, Durk popped off with tracks like 3-Headed Goat and Laugh Now Cry Later with Drake, while Von was taking over with his debut mixtape and album. With all the momentum behind him in the industry, most fans forgot about the attempted murder charge they were facing. Durk and Von were on top of the game and getting bigger with every track they dropped. But right when it seemed like Von was finally about to focus on rap full-time, he started a fight with NBA Youngboy's homie Quando Rondo and ended up getting killed in Atlanta. After Von died, Durk kept grinding and dedicated his album The Voice to him. He kept it up over the next couple of years, working with superstars like Kanye West, Drake, and Lil Baby. But at the same time, he was still facing years in prison. Attempted murder isn't as likely to get you a life sentence like a murder charge would. But in this case, Durk would have been locked away for life. After the shooting went down, the cops claimed it was a gang-related crime. So Durk was facing an extra 20 years on top of the attempted murder charges. Back in 2021, Durk tweeted out, "Police be on these fake accounts, then boom, you locked up." Fans were worried that Durk was about to get booked again or had some bad news about the attempted murder situation. But nothing ever happened, so it's not clear what he was really talking about. Durk and his fans spent years not knowing how the situation was going to turn out. But in October 2022, they finally got some good news. The full encounter.
Chat. When did Lil Pop die? Lil Pop died in August 19th, 2022. This case that Durk had was from 2019. And magically, a month after, or 2 months after Lil Pop dies, the Atlanta police come out and say, we're dropping that other case versus Von. No, not versus Durk. That sounds like to me the feds were on him already and wanted to pick up the case. So the state said, "I will back off." Don't that make sense?
That's exactly what happened.
Chat, follow me. When getting arraigned for this and in pretrial hearings, they had a cop testify. First of all, they brought a cop from Chicago who said, yo, he's a BD.
That's exactly what happened.
Another cop testified. We have Dirk Banks on surveillance.
Got him.
Hand out the car, pulling the trigger, shooting at the guy. Yet, after Vaughn dies, magically, and I'm going to show you the statement they made. They said, oh, we just don't have enough evidence no more. Well, why did y'all have a detective testify? Y'all have Dirk on surveillance. The case was open for 3 years, and magically 2 months or a month after Lil Pop died, they drop it.
It never happened, so it's not clear what he was really talking about. Dirk and his fans spent years not knowing how the situation was going to turn out.
Years.
But in October 2020,
magically. Matter of fact, October 22nd, which is damn near August, September, October, damn near 60 days to the date, they dropped it.
22, they finally got some good news. The Fulton County DA's office announced they were dropping.
Look, the facts of this case have been reviewed, and although it appeared that
that nigga menaced society while he was out on bond for attempted murder in Georgia, the feds gonna say he ordered a murder in LA.
That probable cause existed for the defendant's arrest. The decision of the district attorney at this time is not to prosecute. Chat. Fonnie Willis is over here prosecuting Young Thug like she put anything together. She was overzealous by that. By the way, she looked a little young. We got to go get that video to see that. I mean, but still. Don't it sound like the feds picked it up? Don't it sound like this might be in a RICO? Chat. If Fonnie Willis is dropping a case against you, somebody's. Let me go back a little bit.
What we're talking about. Dirk and his fans spent years not knowing how the situation was going to turn out. But in October 2022, they finally got some good news. The Fulton County DA's office announced they were dropping the case against him and said, the facts of this case have been reviewed, and although it appears that probable cause existed for the defendant's arrest, the decision of the district attorney at this time is not to prosecute. Nope.
Let's go back here now. Let's get some more details on that. Because people were confused by that. I remember I was even confused. Lil Durk, Atlanta DA dismiss. Look. Hold on. So before they had a probable cause hearing. Look.
Against you by a probable cause standard. And they will attempt to do that by the witnesses that they place in the witness chair over.
And they basically did.
Murder. Court notes that, and as everyone is aware here, the standard here is a probable cause standard, which is a far lower standard than the standard beyond a reasonable doubt.
So this was a preliminary hearing. Remember I told you the way how you could get an indictment. Well, this is state. So, a criminal complaint is against the arrest, but below the state. I mean, even federally, regardless, the way how you get an indictment is two ways. A preliminary hearing. We seen ASAP Rocky. By the way, we got to talk about ASAP Rocky. I feel like I'm so sorry we're talking about so much court shit with all the favorite entertainers that we like. But ASAP Rocky is going to court. They set a final court date. I believe is in January or February. And that case is going to look a lot like Tory's case. And we've seen Tory get 10. Now, Tory don't got $1 billion girlfriend or $1 billion baby mama like how ASAP got. But essentially, he's taking that to trial. That's going to happen in February. They had a conference and they set that. So we're going to see what happened there. But a preliminary hearing is to analyze the facts to see if there is probable cause for this to go to trial. And they basically did this. They brought the detectives this and third, and it was granted. You'll hear.
Which is the jury trial standard. And as it relates to the charge of participation in the criminal street gang activity, as to both of these defendants and both of these indictments, I do believe that the state has hurdled over that particular burden. I think they've met probable cause and they have been able to surpass probable cause. I do believe that the state has more work to do as it relates to that particular charge in these indictments, in reaching a beyond a reasonable doubt standard. And I'm sure that the state is working to continue to investigate and will make whatever decisions they deem appropriate to make that particular burden at the appropriate juncture. All right?
712.
So they granted the preliminary hearing on that, right? This
Case against a rapper accused.
Here we go.
The morning on Birch, police on tape shooting a gun.
You see Mr. Banks, arm out the window, firing several shots at the victim, towards the victim.
Banks' attorney says this is a celebrity witch hunt.
Were it not for the celebrity status of these two individuals, then this would be an aggravated assault.
Banks released a single "Turn Myself In" the day he turned himself in. It's gotten almost 7 million views. The prosecutor charging this wasn't just a robbery and shooting, but gang activity. She put a Chicago detective on the stand to testify that Banks and Bennett are members of Chicago gangs.
Is it possible to continue your affiliation and even commit crimes when you move out of Chicago if you're in a different city or if a different area?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge ruled today there is enough evidence to move forward with all.
Okay, so despite that, they still dropped
Going
it.
against you.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out that Atlanta DA declines Durk, because now we're kind of figuring out like, oh shit, we should have knew the feds were on his tail. And maybe that's what was being communicated. Remember, I told you that someone told me from Atlanta, it was an Atlanta press member that said, "Yo, the feds is on to him." But they did tell me that after his case got dropped, which I guess maybe it was kind of understood that the feds picked that shit up. Hold on, Durk Vaughn. Hold on. Wait, where is this article? Everything's bringing everything. They declined to prosecute. Decline to. Okay, charges. I'll just Google this. Charges dropped against. Give me a second. Yeah, I think a superseded indictment is going to contain this chat. I'm very sorry to say. Hold on, I'm trying to find. The appropriate video. Can't find it. It's all good. I'll just play this.
Now to what's new now and next. New tonight, a major update on the story we followed for years. Prosecutors have dropped all charges against rapper Lil Durk after his real name, Derek Banks. Back in 2019, the rapper spoke exclusively with Channel 2 after turning himself in. Police say he was involved in a shooting outside the Varsity. Now, Fulton County's DA office says it will not prosecute him. In the last 20 minutes, Durk's lawyer sent us a statement saying, quote, while it took 3 years for the state to make the right decision, in the end, the right decision was made, and Mr. Banks can finally put this event behind him.
I'll go to the TMZ article. Lil Durk is off the hook. He was facing 5 felonies. And apparently his lawyers are going to obviously say it should have been dropped a long time ago for lack of evidence. My bad if I'm a little bit low. I'm leaning back. At least according to his attorney, Fonnie Willis recently filed paperwork with the court declining to move forward with the case because of prosecutorial discretion. Yeah, that should have told us there. But she declined to elaborate beyond that. Willis noticed that there was a probable cause to initially arrest Durk, but after a thorough review of the facts, she decided to move forward with the case. Now, here's what's very incorrect with this case that people don't know. People kept saying incorrectly that Durk blamed the gun and the shooting on Vaughn because he was dead, and or that was going to be his plan. So the prosecutor didn't go forward. And everybody kept saying, "Oh no, you blamed it on Vaughn. You blamed it on Vaughn." Well, he didn't get a chance to put forth a defense, right? He didn't get a chance because they didn't get to trial. Now, maybe there's a possibility that Fonnie Willis thought, well, damn, one of the defendants are dead. The other, we don't have their face on the camera. The other guy's just going to blame it on the other guy, right? He's going to blame it on the dead guy. So maybe that's what it is. Or again, maybe it's because the Fed.
Two of the people are dead. One of them died in Miami. The other one is THF Bezou. He's still alive. But two of the people, Vaughn and the little nigga, four people was in that car. Vaughn died. The other nigga died mysteriously in Miami. And then Miss Bezou left in dirt.
It's picked it up. Or Aurora insists Durk never committed a crime that day despite his presence at the scene, and added it was a shame it took 3 years to finally drop the charge, but he's not surprised because he believes prosecutors often drag out cases to save face. Wow, interesting.
Nobody knows exactly how much evidence they really had against him, but apparently it wasn't strong enough for them to take it to trial. But even though Durk is free and safe from the charges, if Vaughn was still alive, he'd probably be in jail right now. The DA said Vaughn would still be investigated.
The DA office has declined to indict Durk for the February 5th, 2019 incident because of insufficient evidence exists to prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. If co-defendant Davon Bennett, aka King Von, had not died in 2020, he would have been indicted for the incident. As stated in the motion declined to indict Mr. Banks, the Atlanta Police Department had evidence to establish probable cause to arrest, and the standard of proof, however, is considerably lower than the beyond a reasonable doubt standard of proof to require a trial.
For the shooting if he didn't die. And he was also being investigated for at least 3 murders back in Chicago. Vaughn caught a gun charge in 2012, but now the cops think he killed a dude from STL EBT named Odell that same year. His homie T-Roy was the main suspect for a long time, but a leaked report says that now the police think Vaughn was the shooter. He was allegedly involved with a bunch of other shootings, and some think Vaughn had killed up to 10 people before he died. FBG Duck was murdered just a couple of months before Vaughn.
Interesting. I think this is
They gave them enough to know that they know what's going on, but not enough to know everything that's going on.
Lil Durk, the rapper who's been recently praised for his work in the Chicago community and his vows to move away from his checkered past, while he is accused of plotting a brutal crime. Authorities say multiple suspects opened fire on a rival's SUV in Los Angeles, but killed his cousin instead. As Lil Durk faces charges alongside his alleged hitmen, we're taking a look at some of the most shocking details in the investigation. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Durk Banks, known worldwide as Lil Durk, just turned 32 earlier this month. The rapper behind such tracks as Old Days, All My Life, Broadway Girls, he held a birthday bash concert in his hometown of Chicago to celebrate. And all looked good for the Grammy Award winner. But then, just days later, he'd be back in the headlines accused of orchestrating a murder-for-hire plot. See, there was an apparent feud between Lil Durk and a Georgia rapper who goes by the name Quando Rondo. The two were part of an altercation at an Atlanta nightclub in 2020 that led to Durk's friend King Von being shot and killed. Now, Atlanta police say that one of Quando Rondo's associates, Timothy Leaks, was the one who actually shot Von, although his charges were dropped. But Lil Durk allegedly believed that Rondo was really at the center of this confrontation. Well, last week, the Central District of California handed down an indictment against 5 people that they say are connected to both Lil Durk and his rap collective called Only the Family, or OTF, in connection with a retaliatory shooting because of what happened to King Von. Now, if you're looking at this and saying, why does this feel a little bit like deja vu? Well, that's because you may be an avid law crime watcher, because some of the accusations against these men here are very similar to what Atlanta prosecutors allege in their case against Young Thug, the rapper whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams. In that case, authorities maintain that Williams is the head of a gang. Williams and his attorneys insist that YSL is not a gang. It is just a record label. And that trial, which has 6 defendants, including Williams, it has been going on for nearly 2 years if you count jury selection. Doesn't seem like it's going to be over, although it kind of got a little bit of a hiccup last week. That's a whole separate situation. But by the way, I obviously talk a lot about the law here on Sidebar, but I also talk about legal rulings. I talk about legal decisions, and I have a landmark one for you right now that has just changed things in a big way, because you can now legally trade on who will win the 2024 election. Yes, it's legal, and that is because our sponsor of Sidebar, Kalshi, they went to court and they won $1,000. Kalshi would give a complaint against Durk. An FBI agent accuses OTF of being maybe not quite a gang per se, but essentially a criminal organization. And throughout the documents, Durk is referred to by his legal last name, Banks. Just keep that in mind. So the affidavit reads, Banks is the leader of the Chicago-based rap collective known as Only the Family, or OTF. In addition to OTF's status as a rap collective, I know, based on the investigation, that OTF also acts as an association, in fact, of individuals who engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Banks and to maintain their status in OTF. For example, based on evidence collected during the investigation, including the interview of witnesses, I know that Banks put a monetary bounty out for an individual with whom Banks was feuding named TB. TB is Taekwon Bowman. That's Quando Rondo's real name. Now, there is a footnote at the bottom of that page of this affidavit that says, due to serious safety concerns, this affidavit does not provide the identity of these witnesses. Based on the FBI's investigation, I know that witnesses and or their family members have already received threats and or have been contacted in what appears to be attempts to influence their participation in this investigation. Now, that kind of reminds us of the case against rapper Sean Combs, right? Diddy, in the Southern District of New York, because 2 different judges have denied the entertainment mogul bond on his sex trafficking and racketeering charges, saying there was evidence of witness intimidation by Combs. Now, his legal team has denied that that was the case, and they are now appealing to the 3rd judge overseeing this case, Judge Arun Subramanian. They are hoping that he will look at this case a little bit differently, and they are hoping that he will issue Combs bail, that he'll be allowed pretrial release, and so we'll see what ends up happening. Now, what exactly does the government say happened here in the Lil Durk case? Well, according to this FBI agent's affidavit, Durk made it known in 2020 that he was putting out a hit on Quando Rondo for his alleged involvement in King Von's death, and that 2 years later, multiple men would travel from Chicago to Los Angeles to carry out that hit. And if you look at Durk's public interactions and recent songs, he wasn't exactly being quiet about it in the lead up to the shooting, or at least that could be what prosecutors say, because in February 2022, Durk released the song Aha. And the song's hook directly references, or seems to reference, King Von's death. Don't respond to S with Von. I'm like, F it, you tripping, go get your gun. They dropping locations, I'm getting it done. Tweeting, we sliding, the feds are coming. And just a few weeks after that track's release, motivational speaker and social media influencer Wallow spoke with Lil Durk on his podcast, $1 Million Worth of Game, and he got emotional as he talked about how he forgave the person who killed his own brother Steve, and he was warning Durk that actions, they have consequences.
And it was hard in the man. And I'm talking about this my big brother. I shared the cell with him. I shared the bed with him when we was kids. This little Steve. But I can tell you one thing. Now I'm out here taking care of his daughter, paying for her to go to school, taking care of my nephew, taking care of my mama and my grandmama.
Talk to him. Sure.
Because I forgave my brother killer, but I understand. I understand what y'all going through.
But if you believe the prosecutors here, it seems that Wall's advice may have gone unheeded, because indictment paperwork filed last week names the defendants in this case and names what the allegations are. So the defendants in this indictment are Kevon London Grant, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston. And authorities say Grant, Wilson, and Houston, they are members of OTF. The other two men, Jones and Bryan, are allegedly gang members in the Chicago area. And the indictment also names 5 co-conspirators, with Banks being one of them. In the indictment, he's referred to by his initials DB, or co-conspirator 1. And investigators say the plot to travel to L.A., to follow Quando Rondo, and eventually open fire on his SUV at a gas station, it was all funded by either OTF or Lil Durk directly. The criminal complaint against Durk says, quote, on August 18th, 2022, co-conspirator 1, again, Lil Durk, texted co-conspirator 3, don't book no flights under no names involved with me. Now, I spoke with attorney Bradford Cohen about this, and we're going to hear from him in a little bit, but 2 ways to look at that text. A, it shows that he's a part of this, or B, maybe he knew what was about to go down and was like, I don't want any part of this. You do what you need to do. I don't want to touch this whatsoever. So I'm sure that text message will play a pivotal role in this case. Now, 4 of the defendants and 1 unnamed co-conspirator, they allegedly flew to California in August of 2022, with Grant and Lil Durk allegedly following in a private jet. Grant is reportedly a top associate in OTF, appears to have been the head of this operation, given what's in the affidavit. He's the one who's accused of booking the hotels, getting the cars, buying the ski masks, finding the weapons, including a gun that has been modified to be a full-on machine gun. The indictment accused the defendants of following Quando Rondo's black Escalade around Los Angeles. Traffic camera photos show a white Infiniti following, or seemingly following, the black Escalade until it pulls into a gas station. And the Infiniti appears to be parked behind the gas station in an alley. The indictment reads, on August 19th, 2022, at the Beverly gas station, defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 used the firearms procured by defendant Grant, including the fully automatic firearm, to shoot at TB's car, striking and killing SR, who was standing next to TB's car while TB was inside. By the way, SR is Quando Rondo's cousin, who was killed during the course of this shootout. The indictment reads, the images below show defendants Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 firing their guns at TB's black Escalade. And the filing includes surveillance photos of what appear to be the suspects seemingly firing their guns toward the gas pumps. And by the way, you can see it's daylight in these photos. So at a gas station in the middle of Beverly Hills, firing at gas pumps. What a brazen attack, let me tell you. The indictment charges the 5 named defendants and the 5 alleged co-conspirators with violation of U.S. Code 1958, which is use of interstate commerce facilities in the commission of murder for hire. It's part of the statute dealing with racketeering. And because someone was killed during the course of this situation, they face life in prison if they're convicted. And before he was arrested in Broward County, Florida, it appears Durk may have been trying to leave the country. The affidavit says the FBI received notifications from U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, showing that Banks had been booked as a passenger on 2 international flights, a one-way flight from Miami to Dubai, United Arab Emirates, connecting through Doha, Qatar, scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, and a one-way flight from Fort Lauderdale to Switzerland, connecting via New Jersey, also scheduled to depart the evening of October 24th, but Banks did not board either flight. At approximately 6:40 p.m. Eastern, the FBI received an additional CBP notification that Banks had been booked as a passenger on a private plane departing Miami and destined for Italy, scheduled to depart at approximately 9 p.m. Eastern. At approximately 8 p.m. Eastern, Banks was arrested by law enforcement in the vicinity of the departing airport. So you might be looking at that and saying, well, that's pretty bad evidence. That shows consciousness of guilt. He's trying to flee the country. Well, I had a chance to speak with who I mentioned before, celebrity criminal defense attorney Bradford Cohen, about this case. And he says he might not be buying that Durk was trying to flee.
I make a couple different things of that. So the first part of that is all the countries that he has, that Dubai is going to extradite you. Switzerland's going to extradite you. these countries are going to extradite. You know, the only places that don't extradite are like you go to Vietnam, you go to Morocco. There's certain countries that don't extradite, like strictly don't extradite. All these other countries, even if they don't have a treaty with the U.S. for extradition, they're going to extradite because they rely on the U.S. for money. They rely on the U.S. for support. Switzerland, especially. Italy will deport you in about 10 seconds. They'll extradite you in 10 seconds. So I don't make much of whether or not he was going to escape and flee the country. I think more than likely, and sometimes this happens, when it was unusual that there were so many booked, right? What's not unusual is sometimes where an individual doesn't know whether or not there's a warrant out for their arrest. And I've seen this before happen in the past, where some associates get arrested. And in order to see whether or not they have a warrant, because that's not public knowledge, whether or not they have a warrant, they'll book an international flight and it'll red flag them. And then they'll get a call from the FBI or their lawyer will get a call and they'll say like, hey, your client's red flagged. They're trying to leave the country. Just so you know, they're under investigation or XYZ. And you find out information you wouldn't necessarily find out. Now, I don't know if that's the case here because there were so many that were booked, but I have seen that before in the past.
So for now, Lil Durk is locked up without bail. He'll be extradited to California. These issues will come into play about whether or not he should be granted pretrial release. And I will tell you, there has already been fallout from the indictment and arrests. 2 towns in the Chicago area that have recently given Durk keys to their respective villages, Bellwood, Illinois, and Broadview, Illinois. Bellwood's mayor said he wouldn't take back the key until the legal process played out, but Broadview's mayor said the opposite. She withdrew the accolade. Reporters also questioned Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson about Durk, who made contributions to Johnson's campaign, and reporters wanted to know if he would denounce Lil Durk and what he planned to do with the money.
You're asking me a question about someone who has worked to transform his life, who has admitted that he is on a journey to transformation and has not been charged with anything. Has not been convicted of anything. And so if you're asking me if I should make a judgment on a black man before a full trial has actually come to fruition, I hope you do understand why it is not my position to determine the outcome of someone's
dirty money.
And Johnson never really seemed to answer the question about what he plans to do with the hundreds of thousands of dollars that Durk had apparently donated. But one thing I should also mention, that this is not the only legal battle that Lil Durk is embroiled in right now. He's currently being sued by the mother of a rival rapper who claims that Lil Durk, King Von, and OTF were involved in her son's murder. FBG Duck was killed in 2020 when he was shot 16 times outside of a Dolce & Gabbana store in Chicago. Attorneys for his family claim a $100,000 bounty was put on FBG Duck's life. And his death led to the convictions of 6 gang members. And while the shooting appears to have been the result of a gang fight over territory, FBG Duck's mom says that OTF used that ongoing feud, plus the murder itself, in songs and music videos. In a song called Took Her to the O, released before his own death, King Von includes a scene where he's killing a man named Duck. The lawsuit states, as a result, Lil Durk, O-Block, OTF became international brands through social media and music streaming platforms and profited through podcasts, social media, and music streaming. In essence, they monetized the killing of FBG Duck. And that lawsuit names a lot of defendants, including Lil Durk, his rap collective Only the Family, and record labels associated with the rapper, including Sony and UMG Interscope. Well, this is the start of what could be a very long criminal case. We might not see a trial for 12 months, 24 months. We'll wait and see. But could plea deals be worked out? Could new evidence be revealed? Could cooperating witnesses come forward? We shall see. We'll continue to follow it for you here on Sidebar. But that's all we have for you right now. Thank you so much.
Kofi, follow me.